Hello everybody.
Hello everyone.
It's the Agents of Sigmar.
And today we are doing a teaching game of Warhammer Underworlds. So,
and this is being recorded in front of a live studio audience, or at least a live online audience, because
we're going to
be taking
in from the frost.
We're going to be taking this video and editing it later, so that it can put it back up, because YouTube and the algorithms and all that kind of stuff, just to make sure it's still visible later on for anybody that comes in halfway or anything like that. But yes, there we go. We are all set up and hopefully ready to roll, and hopefully you can hear us and see us and all the rest of it. We've got D-Fresh online. Hello.
Hello, D-Fresh.
Now, we'll keep repeating this throughout, but this is going to be a complete sort of starter, beginner intro to the game. So we're going to run through the initial setup and things like that, and even as we're going to go as basic as the box set and what you want to buy if you're a new player. And if you have any questions at any point, do just shout them out in the chat. Try and prefix it with...
related to Underworlds.
Yeah, that'd be great if possible. But if not, then, you know, I mean, we're not certified to give financial information. But
I can give you his bank details should you need them.
So do shout them out in the comments as you go. We will answer them whenever we can. If you are already a veteran of the game and you've been around the block a few times, you see a question pop up that we miss or that we haven't answered, feel free to answer it.
We have actually got a new Ember Guarder in already.
D. Warren MSP, I'm just going to call you Warren. He says he's getting, well, they say they're getting Ember Guard on Saturday, so it's good timing. And D-Fresh is going to be starting a league this weekend, so excellent news. So, as mentioned, you will need, if you're going out to buy a copy of this game for yourself, or maybe for Christmas for a significant other,
yourself,
a copy of Enderguard. You're going to need one of these, a box of Enderguard. That's the wrong view, Pete. Box of Enderguard. You're going to need this.
It doesn't necessarily come with a halo.
No. So you're going to need this. This is the core box. You will need this regardless. So if you think you fancy trying this, Emberguard is your first port of call. Yes, it comes with boards, models,
boards and your dice.
There is also...
and the rules, which are quite important.
Very important. There is also Spitewood. This has just come out recently. Now this one is kind of like, it even says on there, it's an expansion set. Theoretically, you could probably play the whole game with just Spitewood. However...
we don't get the dice.
You don't get the dice, so yeah, if you're brand new to the game, you won't be able to because you won't have the dice. But if you have played it, Spitewood is the additional bit. It'll give you more, it'll give you another board, give you some more warbands, give you some more decks to play with. And that's probably actually a good thing, that something we should probably mention at the start here, that what is Underworlds? What is Underworlds?
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Why do we even bother? So Underworlds is a game by Games Workshop. I'm not going to go into the detail on them, but they are...
they're 50 years old, you know.
They are 50 years old. I'm 50 years old. I'll be collecting my pension soon. So Underworlds is a board game. So it's all set on a hex-based board, which you'll see in a minute. It has models and it has cards. So it's kind of a bit mashed together of a board game, a tabletop battle game, and something like Pokemon.
It's quite a dated reference now, but I used to say it's like X-Wing.
Yes.
But with hexes. Hexwing.
Hexwing.
So you have cards that you use to beef up your players and fighters and do different things. And you've got, because it's a Games Workshop game, you've got models, which kind of do the most of the heavy lifting of the game, and it's tactically you're trying to score more of your objectives than your opponent scores of his objectives or their objectives, and you could also score by killing your opponent's fighters.
It's a bit like chess with cards and dice, but chess pieces that you can paint if you so choose.
That's quite a reasonable, chess with cards and dice is a very good description.
And for anybody out there who's wondering, you know, how handy you have to be with the painting, you don't really have to paint the models at all if you don't want, so that's a completely optional thing, but you do generally have to put them together. They are push fit, so theoretically all you need is some clippers to snip off their sprues, because they will come on like these Airfix model type sprues and stuff, so you will need some clippers to clip them off, possibly some plastic glue as well. You can get those from most hobby shops as well. And that's generally all you need.
Yeah, we've got Andreas in. He's given us a hello from Germany. So hello, Andreas. I don't think
we've
had you in the chat before, I remember. So if you've played Underworlds before, if not, then thanks for joining in. Well, even if you have, thanks for joining in.
If you have, go away. So we have got everything ready. You playing area, you're going to need about a 3-foot square area of table to play on, depending on how messy you are. We're quite messy, so we need a little bit more. We've got all the dice behind here, so we'll be able to show you off as we're playing the game. All the dice rolls and stuff will be going on here, so that should all
come up, did it?
It did. No one know. My fingers did. There we go. Fingers.
Oh, your fingers. All right.
So, and I'm going to show off, we're going to have our scores just up as well. That's going to just give you an idea of who scored what as we go along in this game. We might play the whole game. It depends on how things go.
How many of you are left?
How many people have stuck around for the whole thing.
Yeah. So the game takes place over 3 rounds of 4 turns each player.
Yep.
So each player gets 12 turns across the game. So actually, you don't actually have very many kind of turns in the game. It's pretty quick.
12, in fact.
12. Yeah. But that's for a Games Workshop game. That feels like it's very economical. You have to make every single action, if you like, count.
Yes, yeah, and it's very much a back and forth thing. Whereas in a lot of Games Workshop games, especially their bigger tabletop things, you'll be sitting there
get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, whilst your opponent takes their turn and moves all their models. Whereas in this game, you're going to have between 3 and 9 models maximum in what's called a warband, and that's what you'll play with. So one thing worth mentioning is how to start the game. I guess we'll start with that. So to start the game, you need a box. There are also other warband boxes out there and other card decks that you can buy, and then you combine a warband with 1 or 2 card decks depending on what you're playing. We're going to play Rivals this evening, which is a deck format where you just take one of the pre-built decks and you can play with it straight away out of the box.
Yeah, so since Embergar's been released, I think there are now 10 pre-built decks.
9 or 10, something like that, yep.
So you've got 4 in the initial Embergar box, which is why that's such a good box to buy, and they are really good decks. So I would definitely recommend. It's the best place to start, and that is one of the. It's just another reason why it's the best place to start.
It also helps that the 4 decks in that box are some of the best decks in the game, so that's another winner.
Yeah. And then, as Pete said, the easiest way to play is to play Rivals format, where you just basically take one of those decks and just they have 2 types of cards. They have objective cards and power cards, and you basically just split them in 2 and off you go.
Now we've sleeved ours because we're giant nerds, but that's what you do quite often in these games. You have to sleeve your card in plastic, and then your plastic goes in some card. So you have one deck of 12 objective cards. They're one pile that you would shuffle, and then you have another 20 cards, which is your power deck. And these are a combination of upgrades, as Robin mentioned, that you put them on your fighters to power them up, and ploys, which you can play to do things in the game. And again, you get 20 of those and you shuffle them up as well. So you have those 2 set to one side ready, and you have to pick a warband as well.
Andreas is here to learn.
Excellent. Hopefully everything we say is useful.
So
shout if not.
There are an awful lot of warbands you can pick from.
49, I think, at the minute, something like that.
Mad.
That's a lot.
So you get 2 in the Embergar box and 2 in the Spitewood box, which you can play with. And then since Embergar's been released, I think GW have released another 4 in little boxes.
Yep. 4 boxes of 4, so 16.
Well, I wasn't talking about those. I was talking about the kind of new individual. So
yes.
There's kind of like individual. The release schedule is roughly 1 box and then 4 warbands and 4 new decks per year.
Yep.
So at the moment we're right at the beginning of a new year. We've just got Spitewood, which is 2 new warbands and 2 new decks. And I would anticipate at the beginning of January they'll announce, or possibly before the beginning of January, but coming out somewhere at the beginning of the new year will be a new warband and a new deck. So they come out. They're new for the Emberguard game, which came out October last year. But for those of you who are new to it, you may not know that Warhammer Underworld's been around for 7 years now, I think.
7-8 years.
And in its first iteration, there were lots of warbands because they had a similar release schedule, and GW have released rules for quite a large number of those warbands, and you can buy them, but you can only buy them in 4s, which is okay.
Or you can probably look on eBay to get individuals.
Yeah, but so you have to. There's a box for if you're new to Games Workshop games, they tend to split their games down by Grand Alliance, which is like Chaos Order,
Destruction and Death.
So they basically, for each of those things, they've released a box of 4 warbands. So they just released a load in October. Then they were the Sons of Velmon were newly released in October. I'm going to be playing the Ember Watch tonight, and they are one of the reasons I picked them for tonight's game is that they're one of the initial box warbands that come in the Embergar box. So it's literally, this is what you'll probably be playing if you've only got that box. Yep.
Generally, depending on what you like aesthetically from Games Workshop's list of stuff, there's a warband out there to suit you. So I've got the Sons of Elmon because I really like the whole skeleton undead kind of angle as well. But there's loads of warbands to suit every person's taste.
And one of the good things about the game is that it's fairly easy to switch between warbands from game to game, so you can very quickly get 3 or 4 that you like, and you can play those and enjoy it.
Yep. So, getting started in the game, you have to pick a deck, a Rivals deck, which we've both done, and you take that out and you shuffle it, and you've got those 2 ready, and then you pick your warband. Now, unlike a lot of Games Workshop games where you have to add up lots of points for things and work out what models you want to take, in this
work out what their loadout is.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you want to give them a sword or a short sword
or a las gun. Oh no, wrong game.
Oh, that's cheating. In this game, you will get a set of models in your warband box, and they come with a set of cards, and they get a what's called a war scroll, which gives you some generic abilities that warband can use, and that is it. You don't have to do any kind of building whatsoever. There's no deck lists. A lot of people possibly don't like that. I love it because it just means I get a warband and I've got everything I need. I don't need to do anything more.
Well, it's great on 2 things. A is you learn yours and you know what you're getting. And the other thing is your opponent does too. So you're not like forever asking questions. You're not forever asking questions. What does Jedrin do? Because what weapons have you given him, and what banner is he using? That kind of thing. Because it's always the same. So you should mostly, know what's going on. You can read your opponent's war scroll. That's the only thing you need to know is their war scroll. Yep. Sort of before the game begins. So
we will go through the fighter stats more as we play the game, because there's going to be too much information up front otherwise. What have we got here? Defresh says, collect enough of this game, then your friends can play with it. Exactly. That's another good thing about it.
100%.
If you buy the main box, then you've already got 2 warbands and 4 decks. You can already start to get your friends into it as well.
A lot of combinations, yeah.
And as Robin said, you can pick 3 or 4 warbands up fairly easily and quickly, and you can use the same decks with each warband. Yeah. All the warbands can use the same deck. So a couple of warbands and 3 decks, and you've suddenly got a lot of combinations that you can play from there. So we are going to start.
Should we crash on?
Yes, we're going to crash on. So one of the we will roll dice and talk about things, and we're going to talk about it as we go, because if we talk about too much of it up front, it's just going to be a bit more confusing. Yeah. So we're going to crash into the game, and then we will start to explain things as we go. So we have this board. So this is going to be the playing area that we're going to play on. I'll just open that up to show you what it looks like, but that's what the board basically looks like. Just to move some of the displays around on the screen so I can see what we're all doing. But before we do anything with the board, the first thing we have to do is we have to pick our hands, our deck. And what you do is you shuffle them up, and then you pick 3 objective cards. So 3 of the gold coloured cards, and 5 of the power cards, the red ones. Now, when you get really good at this game, you start to look at these cards and think, what do I want? Do I want this? Do I want that?
Don't throw them on the floor.
Don't throw them on the floor like Robin. So, these cards will then give you a bunch of things you can do. So I've got a card here, which is called Inviolate, and this has a little cog in the corner, and that is a upgrade. So that will be something that I will give to one of my fighters later on.
I've got a card here that's not from the deck.
Robin's got a card that he's choosing.
That's pretty standard.
I've got fantastic. I've got one of the cards that has my leader, my picture of my leader on it, which is another card. Now this is a power card called By the Numbers, and again, we'll go through them as we play the game, but the ones with the little swords on are power cards. You can play them in power steps, and the upgrades you can put on in what's called the end phases. So, all the power steps as well. So, another thing we have is on our objective cards. Some objective cards will just tell you a thing, and it will say to you, you get some text on it, it gives you a title of what the card is, it then gives you some text on how you will score that card, and also how much glory you're going to get, and that's your points. And some of the cards have these little lightnings on. Lots of cards, both the power cards and the objective cards, will have these lightnings on, and what those lightnings mean is you can use them or score them immediately. And again, we'll get into that as we play the game. Bottom line, your surge cards will score you early points or early glory as you start to play the game, and then give you the glory that you need for your upgrades to put on your fighters to make them better. And then the other ones that you don't score immediately, you score at the end of the round. Generally they are worth more glory, but you have to position yourself to be able to score them by the end of that round. Hopefully all that makes sense, but do shout out in the comments as we're going along if it doesn't. One thing you do And again, this isn't so necessary when you're first learning to play the game, but when you get better at the game, one thing you can do is you can get rid of your cards. You can mulligan them. So if you look at all your objectives, you go, I've got no surge cards, I don't want them. You can throw them away, draw 3 new ones, and then shuffle those back in afterwards. Same with your power cards, but you have to decide whether you're going to get rid of any before you do it.
Yes, so there's like some classic reasons to mulligan. One might be in this deck. There's a card which is you can score if you've wiped out your opponent's warband. Well, obviously, if I draw that one at the beginning of the game, I'm not going to score it. I'm at best going to score that towards the very end of the game. So I want to basically put that back in the deck to hopefully come out later. You can only mulligan at the beginning.
Yes,
it's the only time you get to mulligan. Now you can throw cards away later and swap them, but you only get a free mulligan right at the very beginning of the game.
So we've got our warbands, we've got our war scrolls, we've got our cards, we've got our board. It's time for us to roll and start the game. I keep going to the wrong view here. So here is the board. Well, what we have to do first off in the game is we have to have a roll off, and Underworlds uses specific dice. You don't get just 1s and 2s and 3s and stuff on this. You get all these weird little symbols on them. Now we'll explain these symbols as we go, but basically
crit's the best one.
Crits is the best one. You get this. This is great. This is called a crit. It's an exclamation mark. That's great. That's a hammer. That's a sword, where it's cross swords, but we call that swords. That hammers. This is called flanked.
Yeah.
In the old game, it used to be called single assist.
We
It
will
made a bit more
inevitably
sense.
call it single assist.
Yeah, because there's another one looks very similar,
Which
and
is surrounded.
That's surrounded. That's called double assist. Now, again, we're not going to go into the detail on what all that means right now. We'll explain it as we go along. Jason says, Underworlds is the AOS splash pad and Warcry is the AOS kiddie pool. So, yeah, sort of. I prefer this to Warcry because it doesn't have terrain, but each to their own, basically. So Robin rolls, and we have to basically roll 1 dice. There is a scoring system, and it details in there what beats what.
Yeah.
So Robin gets a double. I get a double.
So that means it's a draw.
It's a
I've got
draw.
the same, so I have to roll again.
again.
And I've got a hammer this time.
Oh, I get a crit.
Crit is the best you can get, so Pete, you get to
I
pick
win
the board.
Yes, so as per the rules, whoever wins that initial roll-off, used to be 4 dice, now it's only 1, which is a bit of a shame. Whoever wins that has to place the boards.
Now, up until the Spitewood set was released, we only had 1 board.
Yes.
And Pete could pick which way round he had it and which orientation. So it's double-sided, and it's you can put it any way around you like.
Yep. I have no idea where
We're playing with the Emberguard board because the Spitewood added a couple of extra rules which will just confuse matters at the moment.
Yeah.
You can play with either, but it obviously doesn't matter if you've only got one. You play with that one.
So we're going to place. I'm going to place this board this way round. Now there's a few things on here that we'll talk about in a moment, but you've got these hexes with these symbols on, and they're where we place our models in a moment. And these red ones basically will do you a little bit of grievousness if you run into either of these 2 red ones. But again, we'll go into that in a bit more detail as and when it happens. So now we've placed the board, we have to place what are called treasure tokens.
Oh, yes.
So the treasure tokens, they don't earn you points in and of themselves, but you might get objectives. So you might have an objective in here, maybe like this one, which says hold treasure token 1 or 2. And then that means if at the end of the round I'm holding treasure token 1 or 2, that will score me 1 glory.
Yes, it's probably worth saying that, Pete, you're playing at the deck Emberstone Sentinels tonight.
Yes.
Which is based around holding the objective.
Grabbing on objectives.
Basically, most of his cards say help him get onto objectives maybe, and then also, more importantly, they help him. He scores his glory by being on objectives. He fulfills his objectives by standing on treasure tokens. Sorry, they used to be called objectives, and I will inevitably refer to them as objectives, but now they are treasure tokens.
I'm going to make the game a little bit easier by placing this this way round.
Okay.
For a reason that I'll talk about in a moment.
My deck is it's called Blazing Assault, and it does exactly what it does on the tin. It basically, everything in it is designed to help me kill my opponent's warband, and that's what I should be trying to do this evening.
So we have these 5 treasure tokens. Whoever places the board, the other person now needs to start placing them. You place them face down to start with, and Robin will end up placing 5. 3. There are 5 in total. Robin will place 1. I'll place 1, and it will go back and forth.
Now, Games Workshop have changed how this happened since the Embergarb rules were released.
Yeah.
We have put a link in the description to the latest FAQ where you can see what they've changed it to. So we're going to play what the rules currently are, which is different to what it says in the rule book.
Yes.
So
I've got 2 tokens here. Robin's got his 3. He has to place the first token, and it doesn't matter where he places it right now.
No, but I know that you want tokens.
Yes.
So I'm going to put it nice and far back.
Okay. So I do want tokens, as Robin said. So I'm going to place one here.
Yeah, that's quite a clever placement there.
Yeah, and the reason for that will hopefully become a bit more apparent in a while. When the FAQs come out, do they ever go back and update the PDF versions of the rules? Yes, most of the time.
So.
They have done. Quite often when they bring out new rules, they at least reference the automated, the digital version on which page that it's on. And they haven't yet for the latest updates they've done, I don't think, but hopefully they will in the near future.
Now, I really wanted to place this objective here, I've realised.
I'll let you move it over one.
Or here.
Because that's what this game's all about.
Because I actually could put it there between my... I'm just going to start. Because the rules state that you can't put an objective within 2 hexes of another one.
Yeah, that's true.
And so where Pete's put that there, I can't put one there, which is what I was looking for. But if I put that one there, then I can put that one there. Like
Whereas if you had it there, it would be within 2.
Yeah, so I'll put it there, yeah.
Okay, so I've got one more. I'm going to put this one here.
Yeah.
Now, the rules state that you have to have 1 in each person's half. Now, the middle of the board is here, and this is called No Man's Land.
Yeah.
This is my half of the board, and then that's Robin's half of the board. Right now, there's 1 in mine and 3 in Robin's, so he can place that last one wherever he likes. But if I had put this one, say, here, he would have to put that one somewhere in my half.
Yeah. So I'm going to put that one here. So there aren't any tokens in No Man's Land.
No. Now, some of the decks do need that. but I don't think either of our decks do.
What's slightly weird is you might notice the board isn't completely symmetrical. So if Pete had oriented the board this way round...
Oh God, he's turned the board.
This way round.
This is why
the long edges facing us. Then neutral territory becomes these 5 hexes here, which is a little bit confusing.
And that's why I turned it.
Yeah, so we'll turn it back again to keep neutral territory the nice, easy, long line in the middle.
Yep. So, there's the board placed. Just try and get that. I'll try to turn it so it's square on the screen, but that square on the screen is not square on the table. So here we go. We also need 4 turn markers. We've got some
PDF is up to date,
ones.
although vanilla rules is good too. Yes, I have to say there's not really any difference. The first treasure token should be a neutral hex. Yes.
According to the original rules, yes. But that is one of the changes that they've made. In fact, they've changed that several times.
That is the major change, is that you no longer have to put the first one in neutral territory. They've changed it again. They've made that change, and then they've changed it again since they made that change. But you still don't have to put it in neutral territory.
No.
Well, now you don't have to put one in neutral territory at all. They did change it so the second player had to put it in neutral territory.
Yeah.
But now you don't have to have one in neutral territory.
Yeah. So once those are all placed, we can then turn them over, and as predicted, 1 and 2 on Robin's side,
and 3.
So now we've placed the treasure tokens. We now place our models. So again, for that, whoever placed the last treasure token places the first model. So Robin places his first model.
Oh, okay, now I need to remember how these guys work.
That's why I picked this warband. Well, I say that I've not played this warband in this edition yet, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on. If anybody wants to look at any of the cards or things as we're talking through the game, there is a fantastic website called Underworlds DB that you can go to, and they have copies of all of the cards. You can look up the warbands, the decks, you can build your decks on there. It's a fantastic resource, and I would really recommend people go to it.
Yep.
So you have put Uric
I have
on
placed Uric there.
Alas, poor Uric.
Exactly.
I knew him well. I'm going to put Big Lad Jedron right at the front.
Oh, Jedron's going to get a bolt in the face.
Sorry, he's got a shield.
It's quite a big shield as well.
It is.
I should put Thalassa there.
I'm going to put Thane, 4th and last here.
Okay. I'll stick Ardorn here, I think.
He's your boss man.
He's my boss, yep.
I'm going to put Helmar Huar there. I'm going to put Morlach, my boss, here. I'm going to put Falk over here. So in this game, as you can see, Robin has 3 fighters and I've got 5. So I have more than him, but more of my fighters are weaker than Robin's. His 3 all pack a bit more of a punch than my 5 do, or most of my 5 do.
Yeah, all of mine have got 5 wounds. Whereas
Yes.
You've got some that only have 2.
Yeah, 3 of mine only have 2, these little ones over here, so they're going to die quicker. So there we are, we're all set up and ready to play, and I know it's been a while since we started this stream and we were talking about it all, but we are ready to play a game. So now what we do, we have to do another roll-off.
Counters all over the place.
Counters everywhere. So we're all set up, ready to roll, and we have to do another roll-off as we did before to see who gets to go first, or at least who chooses who to go first. I double this time, so that's not very good. Robert gets a single though, and that's
Which
worse
is
than
even
a double.
worse. A single is less good than a double. So you get to pick.
I get to pick.
Because I lost the roll-off, regardless of what Pete picks, I get to draw a card.
Yes.
A power card, not an objective. So I draw a power card. That's quite a good one.
And now I have to decide what I want to do. And I will do the obvious thing. I will go first.
Okie dokie.
I realised I want to get rid of my objectives.
I will allow that if you wish.
They are
just for
not good.
as you have been talking to the boys and girls at home.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of my objectives. I know I showed them off, and I know that's technically a little bit cheating, but I think everybody
It's
out
proper
there...
cheating.
It is absolutely massively cheating, but I'm sure people would rather see a vaguely interesting
No,
game.
I know I've won the roll-off. I don't want these.
Exactly. These are terrible objectives. Rubbishy,
So
rubbishy,
you,
rubbish.
you can only do that before any of the setup process takes place.
Yes.
In normal circumstances.
I am claiming...
You were talking. You were busy.
I'm claiming demoing
You were busy,
special
yeah.
privilege.
There's no point having rubbish objectives when you're trying to demo the game.
Yeah, you should be like, yeah, this game's normally a lot more fun, but yeah, this sucks. So I am going to go first.
Okay.
And there's many reasons for that, but the main reason among them will become apparent shortly. So one of the special rules on my Raw scroll...
You're going to run onto this objective and hit me in the face.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. So I've turned my token over, so I'm taking my first turn. So this is what's called the action step. And now what you can do in an action step is multiple actions.
Yeah, these tokens, I don't think you can just about say that they track the actions that we had taken. They're not the ones that come in the box.
No, they're posh ones that we had
Yeah.
printed. So you can do various things when it's your turn. You can move a fighter, or you can charge with a fighter, or you can attack, various things like that. Because I have some special abilities on my fighter's war scroll, I'm going to just move my king to there. So he gets what's called a move token, which is one of these things. You can see we have various types of them. But that's a move token there. It's got this little hex on it with a little cross do not enter sort of sign on it. And that signifies that he's moved. Now what happens, I have a special rule for him, is because after my leader uses a core ability, and move is one of those core abilities, I can give that fighter what's called a command token. So I'm just going to get one of the tokens out of the box. I'm going to put that on my fighter card just to designate that he has a command token.
Ooh.
And what that means is later on in the game, when some of my other fighters make attacks, he counts as being next to that person to help make that attack a bit more accurate. So that is my turn done. That's what's called the action step. So the action step is done. I just need to quickly change something. So you might notice we might get a little bit quieter. I noticed that the sound's getting a bit toppy. So I just want to quickly... Nothing ever goes wrong from fiddling with things on the fly, right?
Absolutely not.
So I'm just going to quickly reduce the gain down a little bit, and hopefully
Hopefully you won't completely lose us.
No, so hopefully you can still hear us and everything.
Yep.
But do shout in the comments. If not, you might just need to turn us up a little bit. So that is what's called the action step, and after that we move on to what's called the... What's it called, Robin?
The power step?
I think we have a different term for it.
Do we?
Power step!
Oh, I say sorry. I didn't know where we. I didn't know where we was. I was thinking it's not ready for action.
So now what we do in the power step is we can now play any of our power cards that we might have. Now you can't play upgrades unless you have the glory for them. Neither of us have any glory at the minute. Neither of us have scored anything right now. But if we have any power cards which have the little swords on, we can play them if we want. Now, right now, I have no power cards I want, so I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I've got nothing. None of mine are valid to play at this point in time, so I'm not going to. And then it'll be my activation.
Yep,
My
so
action.
that is the end of my turn. So my action step is finished, my power step is finished. That's my turn done. Now it's over to Robin's turn. So he
So-
goes on to his action step.
Yeah, my first action step, I'm going to do something simple. I'm just going to shoot at... actually, no, I'm going to shoot at this person here with Uric.
Oh, that's poor Uric. He had
So
a
he's got a
crossbow.
range of 4, which you are 1, 2, 3, 4 away. And you just count the hexes to the person. So that's 4 hexes. It's 2 hammers, 1 damage.
Did you want to show off the fighter cards? You're shooting
okay,
this
do
guy
this.
here.
Yes, I'm going to shoot that guy there.
That is Helmar.
Yeah.
So we have the fighter cards here. So let me pause that. There we go. So Robin uses he has these weapon profiles across the bottom. And
you
Robin,
can't quite see.
Yeah.
'Cause of the
let's hold them up properly so people can see them. There we go. So you can see the cards there. There we are. So Robin can look. He can use one of his weapon profiles at the bottom of his card, and he has 2 weapon profiles there. You've got 3 numbers. You've got one that's next to a hex, and that is the range of the
range,
weapon. So if it's 1, you can attack people that are right next to you. But he has a range 4, which means you can count up to 4 hexes away, and he can shoot anybody within that distance, which is quite far.
Yes, 4 is pretty good. Range attacks are normally 3. Then the next thing over is the amount of dice you roll, and what symbol you need to get successes. So they've both got 2 hammer attacks, whichever one I wanted to use, which means I roll two of the white dice, 2 of the attack dice, and I need hammers to score a success. Hammers also include crits.
Yeah.
Crit is always
a success on defense and attack.
Yeah.
And then I will also roll a defense, and the defense shown on my card is on the top left. There's a little green shield with a 2, and that basically means I roll 2 dice, and I need the little shield
I forgot
symbol.
it was two.
They are
defense
2,
dice.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Or the big lad you could shoot,
Yeah,
and
that's hard. I'd not shoot the big lad because he's quite hard to kill because he's full of wounds.
he has got a lot of wounds.
But he would be easier to hit, so I'm actually going to change my attack.
You're going to shoot big lad.
Do the big lad instead.
So with the big lad,
Do you want me to put mine up as well?
so here are our cards.
I'll just cover
There
mine.
we go. So yes, you can see with the big lad, he only has 1 shield.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit easier to hit, but he does have 5 wounds, which is in that red circle. So you need to do 5 damage to him to kill him, whereas the other guys only need 2. So they're a bit easier to kill.
Yeah.
Okay, so Robin is going to shoot at him.
I am.
So you have to roll 2 dice, and you want hammers, or you want those little exclamation marks.
Okay, so I didn't get either of those.
Robin gets
so it's a
nothing.
good job I chose to change which fighter I was going to take.
Now I would roll 1 dice, which is one of these black dice, and I get a crit.
So that's a success.
That's a success, and it does other things. But right now, Robin didn't hit at all. He completely missed.
Yep.
So that's it. There's nothing else for Robin to do there.
However,
I
have an ability on my card that I want to use
Ooh.
because my action step is now finished.
Yep.
And I've got one that says, use this immediately after your action step, pick a friendly fighter, remove that fighter from the battlefield, then place that fighter in an empty edge hex.
Oh, heck.
This ability can be used once per game. And I'm going to move Farasa all the way over here.
Go away.
In fact, I'm not going to use Farasa.
Nope.
I'm going to move my boss all the way over here.
Boss on boss time.
So I'm going to move Ardron
Oh dear.
all the way over there.
I do not like that. So that is an ability. That's not a power card. That's not one of these cards that you have in your hand.
It's an
That's one of the
ability.
ones that shows on your war scroll. So
Yeah.
you'll have a few abilities on there, depending on which
And they're marked
warband
by
you pick.
token, so I now have to use that once per game. I have to take that token off because I have used it.
So that's a nasty little trick there. So now we're into the power step itself. That occupies a special little step in between the action step and the power step. It's not in the power step itself. So now we go on to the power step. I can't say power step anymore. And now it's up to Robin to choose if he wants to play any cards.
I do not.
Okay. I do not either.
Okay.
So it goes on to my turn 2.
Mm.
So on my turn 2, I am going to charge.
Oh.
I'm going to charge with old Helmar here. 1, 2, 3. So he moves 3 on his card. So I can move a maximum of 3 squares. A charge is a move followed by an attack. And it has a slightly different symbol on here. So now he can move and then he can do an attack.
We've got a mixture of old and new tokens as well. That's That's an old token.
Is it?
Yeah. That's a new one there.
Is that a new one? Oh yes, it looks slightly different.
Slightly different.
Slightly different. Similar sort of idea. It's got a little explosion-y thing on it.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to attack you with Helmar. Now, he's not great. He rolls 2 dice as well, but he's only on swords.
Okay.
He does have crit Grievous, and we'll talk about that if I roll any crits.
I have a shield to defend.
Oh, yeah. Right, so I've got to roll my dice now. There's only 1 sword on these dice as well as a crit. I do get a sword. So that is 1 success. So now Robin has to roll his defense dice.
And I have got a crit.
Oh.
All the crits are coming out of the defense dice tonight.
Now,
so that's a success.
So what you do is you add up the number of successes each player rolls. In this case, it's 1-1.
1-1.
And in that case, it's a draw.
It's a draw, but actually, my crit is slightly better.
Yes. Yes, because normally in a draw I would be able to push Robin away 1 hex. I'd be able to shove him to one of these 3 hexes further away from me.
But he can't because I got a crit, and crit basically means that if you're defending and you get a crit, as long as you've got more crits than your... So if Peter rolled 2 crits, it wouldn't have mattered. But if you've got more crits than your opponent, you can't be pushed in the attack. So I'm not pushed.
Boo, I say. Boo to this. Right, so that's the action step done. But, halt. Wait, there's more.
What?
I've scored a Surge card.
No way.
I've got a Surge card called Aggressive Defender.
Oh.
So here is Aggressive Defender, the card. As you can see on it, it's got these little lightning symbols next to the name Aggressive Defender. And it says, score this immediately after a friendly fighter's attack if the attacker is holding a treasure token. He was indeed holding a treasure token at the time of making that attack. So I score that one and I gain 1 glory. Glory!
So Pete is now winning.
So you can see my score just up there. It's gone up to 1. So I've got 1 glory, and what I do then is I can then pick another objective card. Every time you score one, you pick up a new one. You can't score it immediately. You have to basically put it to one side after you've looked at it until it's the end of your turn. Your opponent starts their turn. Then you might be able to score it if it's a surge. So
you are allowed to know what it is.
You are allowed to know what it is,
if there's cards that in your hand that might help you build to that, you might play it. You might want to play them, whereas you might not play them if you didn't know you had it. If you see what I mean? Didn't know it was coming.
Yeah. Yes. I realised I didn't hit record over there, Robin.
Over where?
Never mind.
On the sound?
Yes, on the sound.
Oh.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Have you started now?
That could do. Let's start it now.
I
Anyway.
don't know if you can strip the sound out.
Everyone at home's like, what are they talking about? Can't hear the sound, we can hear them fine. Right, so hopefully everyone can still hear us at home.
Is anybody still there? Nobody's commented for ages.
Nobody's commenting for ages, but there are 15 people on.
Excellent.
There are 15 people
15
on. So
bots watching.
hooray!
Sorry, it's power step, isn't it? Still.
It is the power step. Don't forget to shout out if you have any questions as we go along. If any of what we're doing doesn't make sense, or we gloss over things, which we might be liable to do.
Have anything you only
I have something I want to play now in the power step.
The person whose turn it actually was gets to play first.
Yes. So I'm going to play this card here, which is By the Numbers.
Oh.
So this is a power card that says draw a number of power cards equal to the number of treasure tokens held by your warband. Now held's a special word. It basically means fighters standing on treasure tokens, but not all fighters can hold treasure tokens. So I can now draw 2 because I'm standing on 2 treasure tokens. So I pick up another 2 power cards.
Just taking it all in.
They're quite nice, handy little cards there to have.
Okay.
And now it's over to you, Robin.
I don't have anything to play at this time.
Okay. I am then going to play Brute Momentum, which is an upgrade. So let me just unfreeze things and I'll show you this upgrade that I've got. So this is the upgrade. So this card is an upgrade. You can tell by the cogs in the top left hand corner. So you can only put it on a fighter when you have glory. Now I have 1 glory, and this costs 1 glory, as you can see at the very bottom in the middle in the circle. So if I have 1 glory, I can put this on a fighter, which I do, so I can, so I will. I'm going to put it on this guy here.
Because he can't. Does that mean he now can't be pushed?
Yes, so Brute Momentum says a fight cannot be driven back when they have any charge tokens. So I have a choice.
Sitting on that objective.
Yep.
So I can't drive him back.
Correct. So that's me done. I've played something. Now it's back to Robin again, and he can decide what he wants to do.
I have nothing to do.
He has nothing. I have nothing either now as well. So it's over to you, Robin.
Okay.
I realise when you move this guy, you don't give him a move token, do you?
No.
It's particularly nasty, that.
So for my second, I am going to attack your boss.
Boo.
So it's 2 hammers, 2 damage. Do I want to do that? I'm just thinking. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, that's right. I can't do that yet. Ignore me. Right. So I'm going to try and hit you. Basically.
Yep.
2 hammers, 2 damage.
So he needs to roll 2 dice, and he needs to get some hammers.
I've got 1 hammer.
1 hammer on that one.
Yep.
So my leader has a 1 shield defense. So I roll 1 black dice, and I need shields or crits.
Oh, another
it's
crit.
crits everywhere.
Another crit on the defense.
So again, we count up the number of successes. Robin got 1, and I got 1. So
Yep.
it's a draw. Normally, in a draw situation, Robin would be able to drive me back to one of these 3 squares. What hexes? It has to be further away when you do a drive back. But in this instance, Robin cannot because I rolled a crit.
Yeah, so your success was more specialer than mine.
It was even more specialer than that because I scored another surge card.
No way, and I didn't.
I have scored unassailable. Now again, you can see the lightnings. It tells you that this is a surge, which means you score it as soon as the criteria are met. And in this case, it's score this immediately after an enemy's attack. Score this immediately after an enemy fighter's attack if the friendly fighter holding a treasure token was the target of the attack. Now he is holding it, he's still holding it, and that's an important definition. You have to be holding it after the attack as well, so he's still on it, which means I score another glory.
Boo.
Hooray!
No, I haven't scored anything, but that was my action step.
Then I draw another card.
Sorry, that was my action step. And my inspire condition, Pete,
Yes.
is after an action step, if a friendly fighter began the action step in enemy territory, which I did because I'm deep in enemy territory,
Can't get
and
much
used
deeper.
a core ability, which I did because I attacked you, which is
Yep.
a core ability, I can inspire that fighter. So I can inspire Ardor. Now, we haven't talked about inspiration.
We haven't talked about it,
Each
so let's show
warband
it
has
off.
different conditions for how they inspire.
Yep.
This one is,
Show that
as
one
I
off.
just said, it's
Yep.
it is. Sorry, I was going to show it wrong. I just realised I didn't want to show it that way around. I want to show both. I want to show both sides.
Well, now you have to turn it over, and I'll freeze frame it there, and then people just see the new side.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So, so that's my inspire condition, is to activate somebody inside enemy territory. And as you can see, he's better. So when I was trying to attack that time, I had 2 hammers, a 2 damage attack. And when I try and attack next time, it goes up to a 3 hammer, 2 damage attack. 3 hammers, 2 damage attack, which is a little bit more accurate because I'm rolling more dice. And possibly more importantly, he goes up from 1 shield to 2 shield.
Yep.
Making these harder to kill.
Generally, all fighters get better when they inspire.
They certainly don't get worse.
They definitely don't ever get worse. Sometimes they don't change very much, but generally they get a lot better when they inspire.
Yeah, it's different things change. Sometimes you might get a move, sometimes you get a better defense. More often than not, you get access to a better attack profile. But generally, you want to be trying to inspire your fighters. Some fighters you want to inspire more than others, but generally it's always good to inspire your fighters.
My fighters inspire after a friendly fighter's successful attack. If after a friendly fighter's successful attack, you can then inspire each friendly fighter adjacent to the target. So I need to make successful attack rolls with lots of people surrounding you, and then I inspire. That's partly why I activated my boss, because that means he's always standing next to someone who's the target when I attack them. However, that's not been much use because I haven't been able to hit anybody yet.
But you've got that you had single assists when you attack them.
I don't think I rolled it. I forgot about it too, to be honest. However, they are a bit better than they used to be, because they used to be crits, I think, to inspire. So, but that's a different game, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so that was the action step. There was a flurry of activity. You inspired. I scored an objective.
Yeah.
Now we're on to
Power step.
Power
I
step.
still don't have anything.
Still nothing, eh? Interesting. Right, well, I definitely want to do something. What do I want to do? I think I want to charge on my go, so I'm not going to do anything right now.
Okay. Well, I've got nothing at all to do.
Okay. So it goes on to my 3rd turn. Officially, they call that power step passing, or I think they just say pass,
Yeah.
and you basically will alternate going back and forth playing cards, and once both people have passed at the same time, that's the end of the round. Technically, at that point, theoretically, you're meant to move on to the next action step or the end phase. I think in practice, though, however, if you go, oh, actually, I forgot I want to play something, generally people let you do that. Even at Worlds, even at the World Championship events a few weeks ago, people will be letting people do that kind of stuff a lot.
If your opponent passes, you can still keep playing cards.
Yes.
It's not like you can only play something if your opponent passes. But it is interesting. Very occasionally, you have a card like, oh, I want to play this, but I don't want to play it if he might play this. So you wait to see whether they're going to play it, and then they don't, and then you've both passed and you can't play anymore.
Andres says he's pleased with you, has to go to bed.
Okay.
You will be able to watch the rest of this tomorrow at the weekend, and I will be, as I say, downloading and putting up an edited version, which will hopefully be a bit more,
hopefully have sound,
be a bit more succinct. So hopefully you can catch up with that. But thank you for joining us, and I
thank
hope you enjoyed. Do subscribe and like and all that good stuff if you haven't already, to catch us for new games in the future. Okay, so it's on to my third go.
Yes, what are you going to do?
I'm going to charge, and I'm going to charge with this dude here, Thane. Thane is going to charge 1, 2, 3 to here.
Last turn.
Yeah. So I'm going to charge to there, and I'm going to hit your boss.
Okay,
now,
fair enough.
if my boss was over here somewhere, he would still count as being next to this fighter for this.
But he is actually
next to him, so that's fine anyway.
Yeah.
So Thane has 2 swords and does 2 damage.
Okay.
So I've got to roll 2 dice.
2. Yes, I'm reading the wrong one. Looking at the wrong one.
Yeah,
Apologies.
2 damage. He stays at 2 though. The others
Okay.
improve to be a bit better. He
Okay.
doesn't.
Well, the others are 1 though, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but they have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 swords I need.
Oh, that's fairly standard peak dice.
One of them was a single and it got knocked.
I got a shield, if that's any consideration.
It's not, to be honest. It's really not. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So that didn't go very well for me. Right. So that's my action step that's my action step done. Rather sad and depressing. I was especially annoyed because one of them stopped on a single assist and got knocked by the next dice, but that's just how the dice go. So in the power step, I'm going to play an upgrade rather. I'm going to put this card, stubborn to the end, on my boss. And what that means is, if this fighter is the target of an attack, the attacker cannot use Overrun. Now, Overrun is an ability where if Robin hits me and he succeeds, he can knock me back and he could follow up onto that objective.
Only if I roll a crit.
Only if he rolls a crit. Now he cannot do that.
I cannot do that if I haven't rolled any crits yet.
No.
But
both of our attacks have been fairly
instead,
toothless.
I'm going to try and kill him.
Yeah, it's a solid tactic. So that's me done. It's over to you.
I don't have anything.
Okay, so then it's back to me again. I don't have anything else I want to play.
Okay. So actually, do I want to do something? This.
So technically, by the letter of the rules now, Robin has passed and I have passed.
Yeah.
So that should be the end of the turn.
Yeah.
However, if Robin then goes, oh, actually, I want to play something, 99% of the time, someone's going to let them.
I am actually just going to charge.
Okay.
And then I'm going to charge around here.
Ooh, interesting.
Single assists.
Interesting.
And I'm going to attack your boss.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play, because I've got a card with a lightning on it.
Yep.
I can play it at a
Show
certain time, and it says place immediately after you pick a melee weapon as part of your attack. I haven't inspired it. I'm going to use my melee attack.
Yep.
I'm going to play twist the knife.
Oh dear.
To give it grievous.
Oh dear, oh
plus
dear.
1 damage. So this now has become a 3 hammer, 3 damage attack. Now you only have 4 wounds, don't you?
I do only have 4
Now
wounds.
this is a good time to explain the vulnerable rule. Should I hit Pete for 3 damage? He will take 3 damage and he will become vulnerable.
Yes, I only have 1 wound left.
1 left. Now, the Emberwatch have an ability which is called the Raptors of Sigmar. Use this immediately after a friendly fighter's successful attack. If the target is vulnerable, inflict 1 damage on that target. This ability can only be used once per game.
I don't like that.
So, if this attack goes through,
My
Pete will
boss is
take
probably
3
gonna be
damage,
dead.
and I will use that ability to kill Pete's boss. So that's why I've kind of set that up so that it's quite exciting in this game.
It's not exciting for me.
So this is where I need if you regularly watch the channel, you know that my dice are outrageous, and this is where I need a bit of my outrageous dice
If he
to come
rolls
through.
double crit now, I will be going home. just.
I hope you've learnt what you need to learn. Right, here we go.
Go on then. 3 hammers. Oh.
1 hammer.
Ooh,
One hammer
just
only.
one. No, I've only got 1
hammer.
dice, and I've got 50-50 chance.
Okay.
Oh, that was nearly a shield.
It was nearly a shield. So
So
I'm afraid that's 3 damage.
I take 3 damage. So
Yeah.
what I would do in that situation is I would take 3. There are damage counters in this game. So I would take 3 of them, or some of them have a 2 on the back, so I would take a 2 and a 1, and I would put them on my fighter card. So he is damaged.
Yeah, but
you can also drive me back, but
yeah, well, I can do.
however,
I can't drive you back actually because you can't be.
I can be
Oh,
driven
no, I
back. You just
I
can't follow up.
overrun. Yes, okay. But I am going to use my Raptors of Sigmar, and immediately after that successful attack, if you're vulnerable, which you are because you only have 1 damage left, I can inflict 1 damage and take them out of the game.
So he's already killed my boss.
Yeah, so I can only use that once per game. So
Good. So my boss is dead, which means I am in a lot of trouble. Now, my boss, you can see on his card that he is worth some bounty, which is it's the glory symbol on the left-hand side in the middle. It's a 2. So that means when Robin kills my boss, he gets 2 glory for just killing somebody. Generally, your more fighty warbands will gain a good chunk of their overall glory from killing people.
Oh, just to rub salt into the wound, I also scored Strike the Head. Score this immediately after an enemy fighter is slain by a friendly fighter if the target was a leader.
Rude.
So I've scored that too.
Absolutely rude.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
This card is also a little bit better for you because for some warbands, if the health characteristic is equal to or greater than the attacker's, it also counts. In this case, my healths are all 5, so I was never going to score it on that.
No.
Well, I might have. If I killed him, I would have done. But it was unlikely to score it on that condition. But
Yeah.
killing the leader was condition enough, so that's why I
Boo.
played it like that. And got a little bit lucky.
Boo.
But
So
this is a dice game.
Robin's up to 3 now, and I'm on 2.
Yeah.
I'm in a bit of a tricky spot. Super duper Matt's on.
Hello,
Hello,
Matt.
super
Have you
duper
come to
Matt.
learn how to play?
I think he
Oh,
has.
And I get to draw a new card.
Go on
And I
then.
get to look at that.
He took all my special abilities away. Just all of my special abilities have been gone.
My special
Very rude.
Away.
Okay. Power step then.
Now I don't know what to do. I guess you're thinking, I don't care that you don't know what to do.
Yeah. I have to say that there's not a lot of... I don't have a lot of poop to give in this situation, that's fair to
I
say.
am going to put Hidden Aid onto Ardorn, which
Ooh.
means enemy fighters adjacent to him are flanked.
So that is an upgrade that Robin's given to
So
him.
now he's a permanent flanker, much like Pete.
You know what? Okay, fine. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to put Inviolate, which is an upgrade, because what happened before, my leader had an upgrade, and Helmar over here has an upgrade. So I'd spent my 2 glory on upgrades, but when my leader dies, his upgrade disappears, and basically I've now got a spare glory again to play. So I'm going to put Inviolate, which is an upgrade, onto my big lad here, and what that does is it means that this fighter cannot be flanked or surrounded whilst they hold a treasure token.
Okay, so you're on a treasure token. It will get rid of my Hidden Aid that I
It
just
will.
placed. Yes. Okay.
Go on, mate. You know you want to. You might hate change, but you love playing Underworlds.
I've got nothing else to do.
Spinnerite is right. The king is dead. Boo, I say. Boo. Okay. Do I want to do anything else?
The king is dead again.
Again.
Because he was
Yeah,
already dead.
he was. He's double dead. Double dog dead. Right. Nothing for me. I
So
pass.
I have a card that says Sneaky in bold. What does that mean, guys, please?
Ooh. That might be a version 1 version of the
Well, I
game.
can say what...
What's the name of the card?
Yeah,
I suspect
I can't think of that card at all.
you're looking at the first version cards,
I don't
and
remember any
they
cards
are
with
quite
Sneaky.
different
I don't
to
remember any
this.
cards with Sneaky on in the first
If you
one.
give us the name of the card, we can look it up. We can
yeah.
definitely look it up and see.
Yeah.
You declare it whilst raising your eyebrows suggestively. Sneaky. Right, so my 4th and final go, my last action of round 1. I'm going to charge with the big lad.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 to here. I would like to say that he's going to come in and chop your head off, but he's probably not going to. He has a 2-sword, 3 damage attack. Now, normally when someone's standing next to you, they would be flanked because of your Hidden Aid. But because of my Inviolate, they cannot be flanked. And generally in this game, anything that says cannot trumps anything that says can. So it's a nice easy way to work it out. That's Velmorn's son, that is. Yes, it is indeed. So he rolls 2 swords. I would very much like to see a lot of crits on this one, or at least lots of swords. Oh dear God.
I got a crit a shield anyway.
Of course he did. I'm not going to inspire much in this game, am I? So that was a complete failure to hit. I didn't get any successes. Nothing good ever happens to me. And that's my turn. So that's my action step done. And in the power step, I have nothing to play.
Okay, I'm going to put Duelist onto Farasa.
Ooh, so that's an upgrade that enables him to move a fighter after he does something
So
with that
after
fighter.
this fighter has attacked, I can basically push him 1 hex.
And that upgrade is also only worth 1 glory, so it's less than Robin's 3 glory total, so he's still allowed to play 1 more glory's worth of upgrades if he wanted to. He's done something, comes over to me, I pass.
Okay. And then I'm going to play Illusory Fighter.
Ooh.
So I can pick a friendly fighter, remove that fighter from the battlefield, then place that fighter in an empty starting hex in friendly territory.
So as we mentioned at the start, this is my territory, that's friendly territory for Robin, and this is no one's land.
In an ideal world, I would like to get my leader out of dodge, but if I do that, then
To be honest, I'm not sure that there's much
because
to worry about
because
getting
of
him out
my
of dodge.
because of my inspire condition, I
Yep.
want to get into your half with another fighter at least. I'm going to put him there.
Yeah. Okay. I pass again.
Okay, and I pass as well.
So on to your fourth and final go.
My fourth and final go. I'm going to charge 1, 2, 3 with Farasa.
Going to go and
to
punch
there.
Falk in the face.
So Farasa has a 3 sword, 2 damage attack.
And Falk has 2 shields.
But I have
Whoa.
got 2 crits this time.
2 crits. So that's 2 successes, but super good successes. And I get a crit shield.
Oh, that's enough.
So that is enough.
Yeah.
So if people are confused,
Yeah.
Robin has got 2 crits on his dice.
Yeah.
He also rolled a hammer,
Yeah,
but
and I
he
need
needs
swords.
swords.
I need
So
swords.
this one basically gets ignored and can be discarded. So
Yeah.
Robin has 2 successes, and I have 2 successes because I needed shields and I got a crit as well. Now, an interesting point here is use this immediately after an enemy fighter's attack if the target was a friendly Rawk, which he is because it's a symbol on their card, and the save roll contained any crits. Give
Which
that
it did.
fighter a guard token.
Okay, so you're going to get that immediately, so I can't push you.
Well, I don't know when that
Okay.
happens because I don't think
does it
so
say?
actually because it says immediately after an enemy fighter's attack. So I think it's after your
Okay.
attack. So part of the process is
you
it was a
get
tie.
Yeah.
You can now drive me back to one of these 3 if you
Okay,
want,
I will push you back.
and then I would get this afterwards.
I've got Duelist on, which means immediately after you've attacked, I can push him 1 hex. I'm
Yep.
just going to push him onto the objective.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
I do score critical effort, however, because I scored this immediately after I made an attack roll if any of the results were a crit. And I've scored Get Stuck In because I've scored this immediately after a friendly fighter's attack if the target was in enemy territory, which is why I wanted to do that. And I finally got a crit as well, so I scored 2 glory there, worth 1 each. The surge cards that you can score in turn are always 1 glory.
Yeah.
So they're normally a little bit easier to score than the end phase card. So that takes me up to 5. And I get to draw 2 new cards.
Boo. Boo, I say. However, you haven't managed to kill most of my fighters, so... it says you can push indeed after Bulwark. It's a shame that's the timing. Yeah, it would be nice if it was immediately rolling a crit on the defense dice, I think. So you push, then you get Bulwark.
What?
So yeah, there we go. So that was your power step. Sorry, that was your action step. And then we move on to the power step.
So I don't have anything in the... no, I don't have anything.
Anything in the...
I don't have anything in the power step.
I've got nothing in the power step either. I'm just very disappointed. I'm going to... So then we go into the... Sorry. I do have something in the power step.
Okay.
I'm going to put Great Speed onto Falk. Now, you might be saying, but Pete, you've already got 2 upgrades on because you've got 1 on this guy and 1 on this guy, so you've spent 2 glory. But Great Speed is a little bit special
It costs zilch.
because it costs nothing. So on this card, you can see at the bottom there's a 0. All it does is give me +1 move, which is not useful right now, but it's a little bit handy because he's a bit stuck over in the corner over here, so it'll be useful later on. But it's 0, so I've only got spent 2, so I'm not above my 2 glory limit. So at that point, we have both taken our 4 actions and both had our 4 power steps after those 4 actions. And now we're on to what's called the end phase of the first round. Now, whichever player went first does all of their things first, and that was me.
It was you.
So, First thing you do is you score any objectives that you've scored. You then get rid of any objectives that you don't want, and then you put any upgrades on that you want to do, and then you get rid of any upgrades or power cards that you don't want, and then you draw your cards again. So I go first. I have scored Supremacy.
Nicely done.
I was very lucky I picked that up. I scored this in an end phase, which is what we're in now, if 2 or more friendly fighters with a total bounty characteristic of 3 or more are holding treasure tokens. Now the big lad over here, he's worth 2, and the little lad over here, he's worth 1. That's 3. Now, as we were talking about earlier, the end phase cards, they are worth a bit more. So this one is worth 3 glory. So that puts me up to,
Makes it nice and level.
5.
Did you score anything else?
I did score something
okay.
else. I have also scored hold treasure token 3 or 4.
Because you are on 4.
Because I'm on objective token for treasure token 4 there. So that gives me another 1. So I'm up to 6. I will... I will keep my last objective, I think, because it's a bit early in the game to be getting rid of stuff right now. And I will keep one of my power cards. I'm going to get rid of this this power card, which is called Shoulder Throw, which is a bit meh. I don't think it's going to be useful for me. So what I then do is I've got 1 of each left. I draw up 2 objectives and 4 power cards. And then it's over to Robin to do his scoring.
Okay, I didn't score anything.
Whee!
So I'm going to get rid of on the edge. Score this in an end phase if any enemy fighters are vulnerable. I might score it, but actually, equally, I might not.
And as we mentioned, vulnerable fighters are fighters with just 1 wound left,
So,
and it's a little less likely because Robin mostly just kills my
yeah,
fighters.
so I'm just going to not do that. So I will draw a new card because of that, and I'm going to keep these 2 power cards. But I'm not going to. I haven't got any. I haven't actually got any more upgrades. So I can't play them. So I'm going to keep those and then just draw 3 new power cards.
Okie dokie. Interesting. So that is the first round of the game done. We are 1/3 of the way through a game of Underworlds. Now that has taken us about an hour.
But we've talked an awful lot.
Doing a lot of talking. Generally, you'll be able to get through a game of this in
An hour.
an hour or less.
Yeah.
Once you know your decks, you know your warbands, it gets much faster. But there we go. So we're on to round 2, and the first thing we have to do is roll off again. So you goes first.
Go first. Yeah.
So Robin rolls.
I got a hammer this time.
Hammer. And I get some of my dice gone missing. Who's stolen some of my dice?
Have I? Sorry.
Dice stealer.
Which ones are yours?
I get a
Those
single. Oh
premium
dear.
ones, so I
Yeah.
get to go first.
Robin gets to choose if he wants to go first. I pick up another power card.
I will be going first.
Yeah, well you might. Thought you might do that. Generally, if you go first, a little bit of tactics in the game. If you go first, you'll generally get to have those quick early attacks in before your opponent can do anything. But it also means your opponent will get 1 more go after you at the very end of the round, which sometimes they might use to their advantage.
And bearing in mind my Inspire condition, I'm going to use Farasa to shoot at what's he called?
Falk. Grand Marshal Falk was his original name, but
Okay.
he's just called Falk now, which is a little been demoted.
It's 2 hammers, 1 damage. One of the other disadvantages of going first after is that you can't use any power cards to
Yes.
assist attacks or whatever. So, but it's usually it's often good to go first. So I am going to go first. So I'm just going to shoot at.
Yep.
Falk.
So he's got a range of 3.
I've got a
1,
range of
2, 3,
Yep.
which you can reach.
And it's just 2 hammers and 1 damage. So I did get 1 hammer.
Okay, I've got 2 dice. One's gone. Oh, I
Roll a
did
crit.
roll a crit though,
Okay.
and the other one is nothing. But I
Okay.
did get a crit.
You did get a crit. And that's
So
it.
you cannot drive me back. It was a draw. We both got 1 success,
Yeah.
so it's a draw. You cannot drive me back because I rolled a crit, and because I rolled a crit, I get a guard token.
Ooh.
So I get this little token here, and what that basically means is I will now get successes if I roll any of these 3 results.
No, I won't be attacking you.
So he's a bit more survivable than he was.
Yeah, and I'm going to.
So now we're on to the power step, and
yeah,
Robin gets to go
well,
first.
Before the power step, I'm going
Oh,
to
yep.
Inspire
Yep,
because
yep,
that
yep.
was an action step in your half.
Yes.
And do I want to do anything?
Anybody out there watching this who hasn't played the game, who's interested and hasn't quite decided on warband, or are there any warbands you've seen that you are interested in, or let us know.
I am not going to play anything.
Hokey cokey. I'm going to play a power card. I'm going to play Hidden Paths.
Ooh.
So I can pick a friendly fighter in an edge hex. I'm going to pick this guy.
The only one
I
in
can
edge
remove
hex.
him from the battlefield,
Yeah.
and then I can place him in a different empty edge hex, and I then give them a move token, unless I'm the underdog. Now, underdog's an interesting mechanic we haven't talked about yet. Underdog is determined by how many fighters you have dead, the total bounty cost of those fighters. So at the minute,
this is another rule that they changed.
yes, it used to
from the
be.
original rules.
Yeah, in the original rules, Robin would be the underdog because he had 5 glory to my 6. And it used to be whoever had the less glory was the underdog. Now, you take the cost of all of your dead fighters. In my case, my bounty is 2 because my leader's dead. Robin has none dead, so his is 0. So I'm technically the underdog. So on this card here, there's a little bit on it which shows at the bottom, and it mentions pick a friendly fighter, remove that fighter in an edge hex, remove the fighter from the battlefield and place them in a different empty edge hex, and then give that fighter a move token unless you are the underdog, and there's a little wolf howling under it.
Oh!
As I am the underdog, I do not have to give him a move token, which means he's still a bit more manoeuvrable. And it's over to you, Robin.
I've got nothing.
Robin still has nothing. Okay, I am going to then also play... Actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a thing that's called delving.
Ooh.
So delving involves turning one of these treasure tokens so they are face down.
It takes one of your power...
Power steps.
On your turn, as your power in the power step, you can do that. You can delve.
Yeah.
You can only delve once per...
Once per turn.
Once per turn.
Once per
player.
power step, yeah.
Once per power step per player. So he can't. If he can't do that one now as well.
No.
You have to wait till the next power step to do that.
Now, there's different decks that really want you to do that one. In my case, there's reasons for it, but one of the downsides is you get what's called a stagger token, so it's this little shield with an arrow through it. And what that means is, when Robin attacks that fighter, he can re-roll one off his dice. And re-rolls are quite nice in this game, so it does make them a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah.
We do have a question. The card is called Canny Sapper from the Pillage and Plunder's Rivals deck.
Okay.
Now, I can't remember why
No,
it's
it
got
does
sneaky
keep
on there.
sneaky. I think it's just because they give some of the
Do we have it
when they have what's the word, lightnings on them.
Yeah.
Like, what's that word?
Surge?
Surge. When they have a surging, sometimes they have little ability. They give the name an ability. The name.
Oh, okay.
The name. I think I've got one here. I haven't got one here, so I can't.
I don't think I have either.
It's mostly irrelevant.
Yes.
What it's called. It literally just means when you can fulfil the conditions. I think Canny Sapper is when you've played another power card.
Yes.
You can trigger that reaction, the
Yep.
sneaky reaction, and move to somewhere else.
Oh yes, it's it's an actual sort of like ability, isn't
Yes.
it? It gives you an ability. The ability is called sneaky,
Yeah.
but in reality, it just means you can do that thing.
Yeah.
So the word sneaky on its own doesn't mean
Doesn't
anything.
mean anything.
But
They do that quite a lot. They have a few keywords which actually are entirely meaningless. They're kind of self-referencing. They
Yeah.
actually don't mean anything. So basically, that card just means when you play a power card, you can move. I can't remember exactly where you can move to, but you can move to somewhere else on the board.
yeah, I think it's
a
like a stagger hex or a starting hex or something like that.
Yeah.
So if I had Canny Sapper on someone after I played that, I could then immediately play Canny Sapper as a reaction in my surge step, and then I could possibly move him over here or something like
Yeah.
that if that were the case. Warren says he's most interested in Order, so Knives of the Crone, Thundrix and Hexbanes are the ones he's most interested in right now.
Yeah.
But he likes that he can go wide on factions and not deep. Yeah, that's one of
That's
the
really
best things
nice.
of the game, I think,
Yeah.
is that you can have a death, a destruction, a chaos, an order. You can have one of each, and there's no... It's not like a lot of games for GW where you've got to spend a lot of money
No.
to even get
Well,
a
you will
meaningful...
spend a lot of money, but you haven't got to.
You haven't got to, yeah. But you can probably spend as much in Underworlds as you do in 40k or AOS.
That is
And
very
in
true.
one of those systems, you'll have one army to show for it, whereas in this, you'll have everything, and you can pick anything. So I flip this. He's got a stagger token.
Okay.
So it goes back to Robin in the power step now to choose
It's,
what he wants to do.
Your turn next. I still don't want to do anything.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's not. He says not good. He overthinks things. It's not a good thing for Warhammer. No, it's so easy to start trying to overinterpret these cards.
Yeah.
And the rules in any Warhammer game. But yeah,
I find in Underworlds, try not to overthink it at all,
yeah,
and you'll
generally
probably
the
be
card
fine.
does what you think it does.
Yeah. Okay, I have nothing to play,
Okay.
and you've got nothing to play.
Nope. I'm done.
So
I've already
I'm
passed,
gonna
actually, so
I'm gonna flip my turn over and have
Okay.
my first turn, and I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Now, at the end of that, I'm going to play a Surge called the Extra Mile. Now, this is a Surge card again, and it says play this immediately after a friendly fighter's move, which I've just done. Push that fighter 1 hex. They must end on a feature token. So, plop. There we go. Now, a feature token is either a treasure token upside down or a treasure token treasure side up. Either way round, it's a feature token, which is a little bit confusing. But this way up, it's a treasure token. This way up, it's not. So, if I had a objective for hold a treasure token next to an enemy fighter, I wouldn't be able to score it by standing on that right now because it's not a treasure token. So I've done that, that's my move. I've played the power card to then move the extra hex, and now we go into the power step, and I will flip that objective, that treasure token over. So I would get another stagger token, but you only need, it doesn't matter if you have more than one, it doesn't make a difference. You don't get more re-rolls, unfortunately. So I flip that one over too. Now it's over to you.
I'm going to put sharpened points onto Ardorn.
I don't like that. That's this dude down here. Okay. So sharpened points is an ability which gives him a rune mark for his weapon called Cleave. And what Cleave means is that if when I roll my defense, I roll any of these shields, if he uses his Cleave, I don't count those as successes anymore. That's quite nasty. Okay, back to me. I'm going to play Settle In, and I'm going to pick a fighter on a feature token and give him a guard. So I'm going to give this guy a guard token now as well. So he's got the whole set.
He has. He's got a stagger and a guard.
And it's back to you.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
Okay.
I will play. I might as well put.
Oh, sorry, you have got something.
I have got something. Sorry, I was doing an impression of you.
I see. That's not what I said. No.
What do I do? What do I do? I will do nothing. I will do nothing right now. So I power step pass as well.
Okay. So for my second, I'm just going to attack you with Ardorn. I'm going to attack Jedron with Ardorn.
So your boss is now smacking my big lad in the face.
Yeah.
So
3 hammers, 2 damage.
and
So
you're
I have
using
got
your cleave, so you're using
cleave.
your sharpened points to
Yeah.
give yourself cleave. I just have
And
the
you
one
are
shield.
flanked as well.
Oh dear, oh dear.
That's just one hammer.
Just the one success. So I need a crit now. I get nothing.
Okay.
So that's 3 damage.
Yes.
Whack.
No, 2.
Just 2 damage.
Two
Oh,
damage,
okay. I thought it was 3 damage.
No, it was 3 damage last time.
Oh yes, because
Oh,
you
you
used a
used-
card.
used a card.
You used a card.
I do score perfect strike though because I immediately after I made an attack roll. Oh no, I hadn't scored perfect strike. I misremembered the card.
You're thinking perfect cut.
I'm thinking of perfect cut. Yes. So I don't score perfect strike.
You beat me, so you can drive me back if you want. Ian Hayward says, good explanation, just got the game and not played yet. Well, welcome aboard. If you've got any questions, do shout as we're playing along. You can go back and rewatch the whole beginning of this game if you want to get an update on how to do setup and things. And yeah, shout out any questions as you
3
go.
attacks to try to kill you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll push you away.
Yeah. To here or to here?
To there.
To there.
No.
No, to here.
Yeah.
To me, to you. Okay. Do I want to do anything?
It's me first, isn't it? I'm not going to do anything.
I shall not either.
Okay.
No, nothing for me neither. So my second go. It's easy to see how you can quickly start to get through this game as you start to burn through the turns once you know what you want to achieve.
As you get fewer fighters, it becomes easier as well. You've got
It does, yes.
less options.
So my go, I'm going to charge. Okay. I'm going to have another go. Sooner or later, I'm going to hit with something, right? So, old Jedron, he's 2 swords still. 3 damage. Oh, that was nearly a crit. 1 sword.
1 shield.
Yeah.
But you can push.
I can drive you away, and I will do that just because now, if you want to hit me again, you've got to charge.
Well, you say that, but I have got deadly sentries, which enable me to add 1 range to my weapon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Isn't that fun? Oh dear. In the power step, I'm going to flip this one over.
Okay.
So that does make him a little bit more vulnerable, because again
I'm trying to remember what the...
Always keep them guessing,
yeah, exactly.
boys and girls.
I can't remember what's in the thing.
The reason why my opponent can never guess my next move is because I don't know what it's going to be either. Never let them guess your next move. Right, over to you if you got anything, Robin.
I feel like I just don't really know what's going on here. I'm a bit stuck.
Yeah, welcome to the club. I'm going for something to see if I can score multiple objectives, and it's probably going to be my downfall, but we'll see.
That tends to be how these things work.
Yep. Yep.
I've got 2 turns left.
You do. How many little minions can you kill in 2 turns?
Not very many. They're quite hard to kill, your minions.
The little ones are a bit tougher because the double shield, which is actually quite solid for little minions.
And they're both on guard as well.
Yes. Well, he's not, but the others are.
Ah, okay.
Come to me, little annoying man.
Okay, so no, I wasn't thinking that. I'm gonna charge with Farasa.
Mufasa.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 to there.
Hokey cokey.
Because Farasa has duelist on, and I'm gonna shoot. Oh, he's on the bloody.
It's not a feature, and he's got a guard, so you can't knock me off.
No. He's got the stagger token, but he's in that thingy hex, so it's.
Oh yes, that's another thing. If you're standing on a treasure token that's this side up, you can also
cover hex.
It's called a cover hex, and you can class it. You can use these as your successes as well, which means right now I will get.
Which you've only got single assists as failures.
Yes, out of the 6 sides of my dice, that's the only side that will not aid me. I'm using the wrong colour, but it's the same on both dice.
I'll shoot at this dude then.
Gonna shoot that dude. That's Falk, so he
actually no, I won't. I'm going to shoot him.
Sorry, no.
There's a reason why.
All right, so you're shooting at the guy on the cover hex.
Okay, so I've got.
You've got a reroll.
I've got a reroll. I'm going to reroll that one. That's a crit.
So did you need hammers?
I needed hammers. So I got 1 crit, and more importantly, I got 3 different dice rolls, which is why I attacked him. So I have a reroll because I've got branching fate.
Ooh.
You score this immediately after you make an attack roll that contains 3 or more dice if each result was different. So I got to do a reroll there, so it counts after the reroll.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't think I'd actually end up wounding either, because he's got such good chances of defending against the attack.
Yep.
But I thought, well, I might score branching fate, and I have.
You have scored it,
yes.
and you roll 1 success.
Yeah,
so you get 1 glory, so it's 6 all.
Yep.
There's a spider slowly crawling up the wall over there.
I'll be throwing that card away later.
Okay, so I get to roll 2. I haven't rolled my defense yet, so can you convert Sons of Vermont into Ripper's Snarlfangs? Yeah, I reckon you can, Louis. Easy. So I get to roll my defense, which is 2 dice, and it's all successes. No, there's 1 success. Only 1 success. Dodges works, but the singles do not.
No, that was lucky.
But you only got 1 success, didn't you?
Yes.
So I got 1. As I'm on guard, Robin cannot drive me back.
No, but I have got duelist, so I am going to just pop onto there.
Interesting. See, in my Nemesis deck, so Nemesis is a version where you take 2 rivals decks and you can make another deck out of it. We haven't talked about that yet. In the Nemesis deck for these guys I'm making, I got rid of the card to give you +1 save up to a maximum of 2, because only my boss and my big lad have 1 dice. I might put it back in now, the way my boss just bit the dust there pretty quick.
Like a paper bag.
He's dead, and everyone else is like, we're fine, we don't need him. Honestly, who needs a monarchy, really? Okay, so that's your action step, and we're into the power step. You have a charge token.
Oh, I do. And once again, I have nothing.
Nothing. Okay, I'm going to play my War Scroll ability, which is Surprise Swiftness. Use this in a power step. Friendly fighters have +2 move in the next turn.
Wow.
+2.
Wow.
They get suddenly very sprinty.
Yeah.
+2 move in the next power step. Back to you, Robin. So this is one of those abilities where you play it, and on the next turn you'll be able to then utilise it for something. So sometimes you have to plan ahead a bit more.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Ooh, I've got nothing either. So my third go. Thane is going to go, leg it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to here. He gets a move token. We've got all different coloured move tokens, but they're all doing the same thing. So I'll move on to that one there. And then in my power step, I'm going to play Hold the Line. So that is a power card. Also a song. Fighters cannot be driven back. This effect persists until the next action step. So basically in Robin's next fourth and final turn, whoever he attacks, he's not going to be able to knock them off. Over to you, Robin.
Okay.
At the minute, I'm passively okay with that spider, but if it's cross-crawling on the ceiling above me, it's going to have to die. Not that I advocate killing spiders in 99% of situations.
Okay. So for my fourth... Sorry, I've got no power, sorry.
You've got no power.
Sorry,
I don't know if I've got something else.
Sorry.
Your fourth and final go. I'm going to put Great Fortitude onto Jedran here. Now that is an upgrade that gives him +1 health. So now he's got 6 wounds on him.
Okay.
He's taken 2, so he's only got 4 left. But yeah, he's a bit chunkier now.
Okay. I've still got nothing.
No, I passed 2 now, so it's onto your
Okay,
fourth.
so
and
my
final.
fourth, I am going to use Deadly Sentries to try and hit you. So basic Deadly Sentries is my last War Scroll ability. Use this immediately after you pick a weapon as part of an attack. That weapon has +1 range. The ability can only be used once per game. So I'm going to use that and I'm going to try and hit him.
So he's going to hit him.
Yeah,
he's
so
going to
it's
stay
3
there.
hammers,
You
2
don't want to charge
damage.
up next to me or
I
anything.
absolutely don't.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's 2 hammers, 2 damage.
Yep.
Crit job.
2
Double crit.
crits.
Usually at some point in every game, Robin rolls a
I've done
double
it
crit.
twice now.
So there we go. 2 crits. I can't stop it. I only have 1 dice.
Yep.
Even if I get a crit, I can't roll more than you. So I take another 2 damage.
Yes.
And you cannot drive me back because of my Hold the Line. So I just take the damage, smack in the chops,
Yeah.
and you could even re-roll your missed sword because I'm staggered.
Oh, okay.
That would give you a
I hadn't realised
re-roll.
that. I will do that, definitely.
I don't know if it makes a difference, to be
Yes.
honest. Single.
Single assist. Oh, funny I was standing next to you.
Well,
Oh no,
I
it's
did-
your defiance dice. No, it's your... Yeah, all the attack dice are all results are successes. I needed all successes.
So if you'd have been standing next to me, you would have scored that.
I would have done, yes.
But I'm guessing you're not standing next to me because you want to score something else. But I don't understand enough. Okay, so that's your action step done. Then we
Yeah.
move into the power step again.
So I will play sidestep.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. I have nothing to play.
I'm done.
I'm done too. So my fourth and final go. I'm going to charge 1/2 to here with a Falk. So he is 2 swords, 1 damage. He's got crit Grievous. So again, if I roll a crit, I'll tell you what that does. I haven't made a single
It's
success
quite a long
yet,
time
so
since you've had a successful
yeah. So 2 swords. Whoa, solid stuff. 2 hammers. That's 0 hits.
Oh, I've got 0 successes
Oh.
as well.
Good. That's a 1 time. So I completely missed that attack. No successes on either side. Is a complete and utter miss. So that was my power step. I should have a charge token on him for doing that. I will then play in the power step Confusion. This is a power card. I can pick 2 adjacent fighters and
Nice.
remove them from the battlefield and then place them in the other place that the other person was in. So I swap them around like
Nice.
so.
I think I've messed up.
So
I
that's-
have messed up.
That's my power step. Anything for you in the power step, Robin?
Yeah. I'm going to flip this one.
Yeah, I thought you might. So they will give you a stagger, but I haven't got any more turns left, so it's
Okay.
not really any point in putting that on there. So that's it. I've got nothing else. I've got no cards. I've only got objectives now.
I've got
so.
one other thing I can do. I'm just trying to decide if I want to. I don't think it makes any difference, so I will hang on to
Okay.
that.
So we go into the end phase again.
Yeah, I've
And you went
just
first.
scored Keep Chopping, which is score this at end phase if your warband attacked 3 or more times during this combat. I actually attacked it every round. So
You
it's
did 4 times
4
in
times,
total.
So,
So that gives you 1. You're up to
yeah.
7.
yeah.
You're 7 to my 6.
I'm going to get rid of Perfect Strike because it's really hard to score.
Especially when you start rolling more than 2 dice.
And then I'm going to get rid of denial as well, because your denial is score this invades if there are no enemy fighters in enemy territory. I'm not getting anywhere with killing these guys. So I will... How much... These cards are good, so I'm going to have to keep them all.
Oh dear.
So I just draw 2 power cards.
They're good, but you didn't use any of them.
No, I know, but that's... because you keep missing. I've got healing potion in there. And then I get rid of... And I draw up 3 new objectives.
This is generally a classic situation in our games, that I can't hit nothing, and then Robin can't use any of the stuff because I can't hit him for him to then use that stuff.
Basically where we're at,
Okay, so I have scored Iron Grasp. I score this in an end phase if my warband holds all the treasure tokens in friendly territory or enemy territory. Now, the reason why I flipped some of these over is because in my territory there is only 1 treasure token, and I have Iron Grasp, so I score that one. That's 2 glory. I also score hold treasure token 5 because that's what he's standing on, and I also score hold treasure token 1 or 2 because I'm over here.
Nicely done.
So I've scored 4 in total, and I'm up to 10.
Oh.
That was
clutch.
I was hedging my bets to hold one of them. I didn't realise you had a sidestep to be able to jump onto that one. Not that it would have really changed what I did.
No, I had a way of getting you off of here, and then I realised it's pointless because you're on that one, and I couldn't then get on it myself.
So if you'd have charged to there, you still wouldn't have been able to knock me back because I had thinking.
So I couldn't without killing you. I couldn't get on it.
Yes.
But I could have, if you'll excuse the expression, pulled you off. That might have been what I should have done. Is I should have pulled you off and then charged onto it.
Yeah,
that's what I could have done, but I wasn't thinking straight. That is why I'm not very good at this game.
Right. So again, I had no cards left, so I draw 3 and 5. I draw all of my cards up, and Robin, you draw up 3 and 5 as well.
Yes, yep.
So we are on to the third and final round. So we are 2/3 of the way through. We're on to the last round, so it is very easy to see how quickly this can go through. We've got an Orc Tim in the house.
Hello,
Orc Tim. Orc Tim is a very good Underworlds player, legend player who plays some crazy decks. What have we got? We got
Just
a double for Robin. That's not a great one.
No. So basically anything other than a single.
Hammer. Baboon. So I win.
Baboon.
Baboon. A baboon. I will definitely have to go first. But I don't like it. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't like it. I have realised we were talking about not putting objective treasure tokens in middle no man's land. I realised I did want to do that. This is a classic thing where we always say, know what your objectives are.
I did think when you didn't put one in there, I was thinking, does he know that there's one in there?
I completely forgot. Completely forgot. So it is possible to do yourself out of glory and points, like things like that. So yeah, you've got to remember these things. But never mind, it's only a demo game. So I'm going to go first. And I am going to do something.
That's good to know.
What am I going to do? Trouble is, I'm at that point where some of some of my objective cards are just tripe. So
basically, to score one of mine, got to kill all 4 of your fighters in this go, which seems unlikely.
It's going to be less easy now. Less easy now. Okay. So I'm some randomness. I'm going to charge to there.
Now you've fallen into my trap.
I'm going to charge to there. I'm going to hit you.
Okay.
Because sooner or later, it's got to work, right? So Fork is 2 swords again. Sword and a crit.
Crit.
That's 2 successes.
1 shield.
1.
Yeah, so that is...
So a few things have.
How many damage?
Falk, that is... So, he has crit Grievous.
Okay.
As I rolled a crit, that means I add +1 damage to my roll. So, you take 2 damage now instead of 1.
Okay.
I will push you back to there. And because I had a successful attack, I inspire.
Oh.
Which is, I mean, it's not great, to be honest. It's not really good.
So we haven't talked about the rune marks, have we, on the cards? Because my fighters don't have any.
No. So so yeah, on the fights here, so I've got this one here, and you can see on the right-hand side there's a few different rune marks for my fighter, and there's also one next to the weapon itself, which shows a little crit symbol and then a skull, and that basically means if I roll a crit, I can give myself that skull ability, which is Grievous, which is +1 damage.
Yeah, sometimes you just have the skull ability, which means you basically always have +1 damage. But the difference is You might get other ones, like I've got sharpened point on here, which gives them cleave, which is another little rune mark, and you can't use Grievous or crit Grievous and cleave at the same time. You have to pick one or the other. So it means you can't overpower a fighter by making them cleave through armour and extra damage. All their various other rune marks do other things. You can only pick one at a time.
Stops them being a bit too over the top.
Yeah. We've got a little comment here saying how good the Skelly boys look. They are some of my favourite Underworlds models, the Velmorn.
We both painted these. We both liked them so much.
We've both got a set each.
They are fantastic. So that was my action step. I attacked you, I hit you, I knocked you back, and then we go into the power step, and I'm going to play sidestep and get back onto there.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I'm going to play accurate onto Ardorn, which means he can re-roll one attack dice.
Ardorn's down here.
Yep.
So now when you roll your attack dice, you get +1. You get a re-roll.
Re-roll, yeah.
I'm going to play healing potion. Ooh. So healing potion. I can pick a friendly fighter. I'm going to pick my Bidlag because he's the only one with any damage on. And I can heal him 1. So I immediately reduce his 4 damage down to 3 damage. But because I'm also the underdog, because I have more fighters out of action than Robin does, that their bounty score goes up more, I can roll a defense dice. And if I get a shield or crit, I can heal him another 1. Oh, I don't get it. So unfortunately people didn't see that on camera, so I'm going to have to roll it again when they can see it on camera. No, I'm joking. So unfortunately, I didn't roll the shield the first time round. I got like a single assist. Yeah. So unfortunately, I only heal him 1. That initial
it makes
one.
Him further away from death, though, doesn't it?
He's a little bit further away. I would have liked to have got 2 off him, but the way things are.
Struggled to kill him.
Yeah. So it's over to you.
Okay. I'm going to play Commanding Stride, which is push your lead up to 3 hexes. The push must end in a starting hex.
Now your leader is defined on their card. They have a little crown on there. He killed my leader, but that's your leader.
Gotta go around there.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to be a waste or not, but I'm going to put Agile, which is another upgrade, onto Jedron. And what that enables me to do is re-roll 1 save dice. He only has 1, but he gets a re-roll on it now. Just to reiterate, I have 10 glory right now, and my number of upgrades that I've put on people add up to 6. So I can I've still got 4 more glory worth of space.
Right, I'm leaving it at that.
Leaving it at that. Rightio.
My first, you've done 1, haven't you?
Yeah, so my first turn is done, and now it's your first turn.
So it's 3 hammers, 2 damage with a reroll and cleave.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Hammer and a crit.
Reroll.
I forgot you had cleave. There was really no point in me putting that on him.
Yeah, I forgot I had cleave as well.
So you've got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So I can't stop that.
Okay.
However, if I roll a crit on this dice...
I got a crit.
I know, but if I roll a crit as well, you can't follow up if you push me off. So I roll this dice. I get nothing. I'm going to re-roll it.
You did, weren't you?
How much is it? It's 3 damage.
2 damage.
2 damage. No, because I've got...
Oh, you've got... I forgot you had great fortitude. Sorry.
I'm going to re-roll it. Nope, still nothing. Rolling that a lot. So I take 2 damage.
Yes.
So I'm up to 5 wounds. I've only got 1 left on the big lad.
I can push you off now.
You can push me off.
Can I, or you're in violet?
Oh yes.
So I can push
no,
you
I can't.
off.
I can't be flanked or surrounded when I hold treasure tokens. That's all in violet does.
Okay. So I can push you off, and then I can follow up.
Yep.
So I will.
Okay. Down with these sorts of things.
And in the power step, I'm going to play healing potion.
Boo.
And just heal him for 1.
That heals this guy over here who got punched in the face for 1. Now I do score Sally Forth off the back of that. Scoring immediately after your opponent's action step of a friendly fight within charge tokens over here holds treasure token in enemy territory. That's 1 for me. I draw a new card. Power step. I'm going to put Keen Eye on Jedron. So that gives him +1 attack dice.
Nice. Okay,
so that's my big lad down here. He's got +1.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for you, nothing for me. So my second go, I'm going to hit your boss down here. I might as well.
Yep.
So Jedron now has 3 swords instead of 2. But that's all. He's got nothing else good going for him, really, unfortunately. Oh my god! Oh, I hate dice. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If I could have got 1 success off on him, he'd be on 2 shields. That would have made him a little bit... Yeah, anyway, never mind. Such is life. Power step. Nothing for me.
just realised I ballsed up.
He's balled up.
Never mind. I don't know what to do.
Hit somebody.
Yeah, I'll hit Jedrin.
So this is your second go, so we both passed. He's going to whack Jedrin. This is probably going to be the end of poor old Jedders.
Oh, just a crit.
Do you have a reroll?
You can't be flanked. I know you can be flanked.
Yes.
It's on a...
This fight cannot be flanked or surrounded while they hold a treasure
You
token.
don't anymore, and I am... so just a crit.
Just a
single,
crit.
Crit single.
I've got a
No,
cut.
crit single because I've got hidden aid.
Oh yes, so I can't stop it again.
Okay.
So
You are dead now.
I am dead now. Officially dead now. Boo.
2?
That is 2 glory because that is his bone tire.
Okay, 2 glory for that. So okay, that's bringing it
But
closer.
I score
Ugh.
step by step. Score immediately after your opponent's action step if a friendly fighter with any move tokens holds a treasure token in enemy territory.
You're
And he
the
has a
underdog.
charge token, but as I'm the underdog,
Yeah.
they can have a charge token instead. So it puts me up to 12.
I'm sure I can beat you.
You can't beat me.
You bastard.
However, you have killed my 2 main big guys
I know,
off.
but
So
I don't think...
I pick up my last
I
objective.
might.
Ooh. Ooek. Right. Power step. Do you have anything, Mr. Robiny?
No.
Warren says, if a warband hasn't been updated to the new version of the game yet, is it worth still picking up the kit or just wait?
Depends how much it's going to cost you.
Yeah, if it's really cheap, if it's like a $5 or something, then
Yes.
it's always nice to have the models.
Yep.
But generally, they re-release the models when they update them, and you get the new cards when they do it.
So I wouldn't pay over the odds.
No.
But if you like the models and you want to paint them, then yes.
Yeah.
They might give them new rules. They might not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
And if they do bring them out, they only bring them out in the boxes of 4.
Yes.
So you might end up with 3 warbands that you don't want. So so I would say it really depends on the price. But if you can get them for, I don't know, tenner or something, then it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, I wouldn't bother.
A lot of the warbands, if a warband doesn't have the new version of the game's rules, you can still play with them in friendly games and stuff. They're called legacy warbands, but you can't generally take them to like tournaments if you want to go into tournaments and things like that with them. So you wouldn't be able to use them in that. So power step. Anything?
No.
I'm going to flip this one.
Okay.
So again, I'm going to delve it back to the treasure token side and give myself a stagger token.
Okay.
Back to you.
Okay. I'm going to play Lure of Battle. Pick one friendly fighter that's within 2 hexes of another fighter, push the other fighter 1 hex closer to the friendly fighter and push you to there.
So basically, Robin picks his fighter, then he
Yeah,
can pick
it's
somebody
him,
else, which is him,
and push
and
him
he's
to there.
pulled him closer.
Yeah.
You go first next time, don't you?
Yes.
Don't like that. You don't like that. No, that was your third go, because
Yeah,
you
mine.
just clobbered him,
Yeah,
didn't you? So
yeah.
it's my go next.
Oh, is your go next?
Yes,
Sorry, I thought it was my go
you've
next.
had your third go.
So, okay. Have I?
Oh, did I go first? No,
You went
sorry,
first,
I went
yeah.
first, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did you just do? Have I just killed him?
You just killed him on your second go.
Okay, well, I'm not going to play Lure of Battle at this point in time. If you'll go next.
Okay, I've got nothing.
Okay.
So my third go. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. What do I do? So I am going to go on guard. So whilst we've played cards that put people on guard, you can just also go on guard as an action.
Okay.
In fact, I don't want to put it on him. I want to put it on him
Okay.
because I just realised you've got that go on guardy thing. So
What go on guard, do you think?
not go on guard, the pulley thing. But actually, I'm going
We
to
don't
put it.
know I've got that, to be
No,
fair.
that's true. And I'm going to put it on. I would have put it on him. So
Okay.
I will be fair and still
Okay.
put it on him. And that's it. So that's all my action step is
Okay.
just going on guard, and then in the power step I've got nothing.
Yeah, you can just choose to go on guard. That's one or the other. It's not
Yep.
very many. So the things you can do is you can charge, which
Yep.
is basically make a move and then an attack.
Yep.
You can just attack, which is like stand next to somebody or shoot somebody as long as they're in range. You can move, which Pete's done quite a lot in this game, which
Yep.
is just move into places. You can go on guard, which is what Pete's just done, makes yourself a bit more defendable. Sometimes some cards have special actions that they can do. We haven't got any in this game. But
Yep, Velmorn did.
Oh, did he?
You killed him, though.
Oh, okay.
But he has one where he can bring the 3 little guys back.
Okay.
So if they're
Wow.
killed, I can bring them back
They're
to
quite
life again.
hard to kill.
They can be quite hard to kill.
And then the other thing you can do is you can focus, which means you can throw cards away and draw new cards, which can be really useful at times. I'm contemplating doing that in this game, which happens a bit more in Rivals, I think, because you often end up with some duff hands. So I will at this point play Lure of Battle and lure you off to there.
How luring! It's just you turn it the same
I
either
flipped
side.
I flipped it over, and then yeah.
Power step. I pass.
Okay, I'm going to put Deadly Aim onto Uric.
So Uric is this dude over
No,
here.
it's not.
No, that's him. Sorry. So Deadly Aim is the reroll.
No, weapons have Ensnare.
Oh, okay. And Ensnare is basically a bit like Cleave, but it means that if he attacks me, I can't class. I'm looking at the wrong dice. I can't class this, which is a dodge, as a success. I have nothing to do.
Okay, so then for my third, I should charge with him onto there.
Boo!
So it's only 2 hammers, 2 damage, but I have got single assists and Ensnare.
Yes, so he gets what we call single assist, but
Sorry,
also
flanked,
flanked, which
he's
is this
flanked,
symbol
yes.
here.
Yeah.
He counts that as successes because he has one of his guys standing next to Helmar.
2 hammers.
Now, I have realised Helmar has brute momentum, but that doesn't help me because he's not got a charge token.
Oh, okay.
So, 2 hammers. I've got 2 shields. You've not got cleave or anything though.
I've got Deadly Aim.
Deadly Aim, so I
I'll get
can't
your
use my
card.
dodges.
Guard.
Oh, double rubbish.
And that's 2 damage.
Double rubbish and dead. Oh dear, oh dear. So poor old Helmar bites the bullet. So he's dead. You get one glory for him. So I put it on the wrong person there.
So I'm up to 10.
So whilst these guys are a little bit more rubbish, it also means that you don't get quite so much in the way of nice things for them. So he's got a charge token now,
yes,
doesn't he?
yes.
Right. Okay, power step. You got anything?
I have not.
I am going to flip this.
Okay.
That gives me a stagger. And then back to you again.
I've got no power cards.
Yeah, then no. Okay, nothing for me either. So my fourth and final, I will go on guard with him.
Okay.
And then in my
So-
power step, I'm going to flip this again. So again, I don't get another stagger token. That's it.
I can't remember what this card is, but I definitely can't score 2 of these objectives. So I'm going to risk doing a focus so people could see what a focus is.
Okay.
I'm going to focus. I'm going to get rid of Annihilation, which is kill everybody.
Not going to be able to do that.
I'm not gonna do it. I haven't got any power cards. You can throw away as many power cards as you like and pick up one more than the number you threw away. So
Yep.
in this case, I haven't got any, so the number I'm going to pick up is none. His throw away is none, but I can pick up 1, and then the objective card is a like for like swap. So
Yep.
I will pick this one up and discover that I definitely can't score it. I should have remembered what it was. And that's the advice. I've really just picked up this deck. I've played this Rynos for a long time. If you know the deck, you would know what it was.
Yeah, there you go.
would
There's
know.
no point in doing
pick it
that.
back. So actually, I knew I wouldn't be able to score any of those. It's rather annoying because I would have scored that in every single other round.
Oh, that's annoying.
Even this round, if it had been in my hand.
Oh, that's annoying. I score stand firm after that.
Okay.
Immediately after my opponent's action step, if a friendly fight with any stagger tokens, which is that,
Okay.
is holding
That's
a treasure
why you
token
did
in
that.
enemy
That's why
territory.
you did
That's
that.
why I was doing that. So I'm at
Nicely
13.
done. Nicely done. So you're going to win, I'm afraid, Pete.
Possibly.
No, you
I'm
are,
afraid.
You are. Definitely you
As
are.
much as it
because
makes
I'm
me vomit
not
into my
going
own
to
mouth.
score any more. But I
So
couldn't-
your fourth and
couldn't
final
beat you.
go.
That was, I focused.
Oh, yes. No, that must have been your third, because I then...
No, I focused on my fourth. You just did your fourth. I think I may have got a bit out of turn, but you moved on to there and flipped.
My
was that
third
the
go,
power step?
my third go, I guarded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
you-
your third go, you
Oh,
drew
okay.
that. So my fourth,
No,
I
no.
went.
Okay, so have I still got?
I think you still got a turn left because you
Okay.
attacked down here
Okay.
twice and you attacked there once.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm.
So you've
I'm
got one more
misremembering.
go.
Okay. Oh, that's annoying. I suppose I might.
Because yes, you Command stride here and attacked once,
Yeah.
and then you attacked again to kill him, and then you've done that charge over there, and that was it.
That's all I've done. Well, I suppose I might score something. Then I might. Seems unlikely, but I might. I will charge with him on my 4th. Seems unlikely, but you never know. 4 swords, 2 damage. 1 sword only.
I have got stagger, so you can
can
re-roll.
re-roll.
So a sword
And a crit. Oh, that's could be clutch.
So I have 2 shields with dodges. No, well, the dodge I get, but not the double.
2 successes.
Because I'm not on a cover hex, so it's only 1 defense.
That's 2 things. That's
2 damage.
Yeah.
Oh dear! So the Helm Fulk is out. So that
I've
gives you
scored the one I just picked up. Strong start,
Oh.
which is score this immediately after an enemy fighter is slain. If that fighter was the first, oh no, it's not. It's not a strong start because it wasn't the first one killed in this thing. Because I've killed 2 others.
Oh
So
no!
it's not, so I don't score it because it's the
That's even more
the third
nice.
one
The third
killed.
It should be first or subsequent.
It should be first or subsequent, but it is
Or
not.
something.
Well,
Although
it,
if
should be, it
it's-
can't be subsequent, can it?
Yeah, it can't be subsequent.
But I had a strong start. Anyway, I don't
Yeah.
score it.
It should be the first time you kill an enemy fighter if no friendly fighters have been killed this round.
It should. That should be what
Then
it
it
was.
would give you a chance
Yeah.
a little later on.
But
to
I just
score
get
it.
1.
Just
for
the
that.
1. So you're up to 11.
11, yeah. So I'm still not going to win. Have you already had your glory for your one you put down? Did you?
My stand firm.
Oh,
Yes.
stand firm. That's right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we both pass at the end there.
It's got a bit ragged here at the end, like it always does.
It generally does the last
Yeah.
few. My last few cards would have been very handy to have earlier, especially sharp reflexes.
I
But
wouldn't
Boss
have
could have done with
minded
that.
great strength.
Yeah, that would have been handy. So we go through the same process again. Whoever went first, which was me, does all their scoring things first. I don't score either of mine though, because one was careful advance, having 2 fighters in enemy territory with move tokens. I would have scored that the second round because both my guys just had move tokens, but I didn't score that. And I had slow advance, and this is the one where I have to hold a treasure token in your territory and one in neutral territory, which I
okay.
completely forgot
Quite hard
to put
store.
any treasure tokens there. So I possibly should have put this one.
It's
maybe
pretty
here,
close.
but-
Oh, I will actually at the end just flip this for tie-break purposes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm on 5.
No, I said no. It's not the total anymore, is it? Or is it?
I think
Because
so.
I'm on 7.
I think it is. But yes, if
Okay.
it's total, you would win.
Yes.
But what you scored?
But I just score Fields of Blood because there are 4 or more fighters damaged or slain. There are actually
Yeah.
5 now.
I have 4 dead.
Yeah, but
on my
I've got
side
1
alone.
little damage here that I did. So I just got 1. So actually that was really close.
That was pretty close at the end
And
there.
if I could have
13 to 12.
just made a perfect strike, it would have been a draw. But I couldn't do it.
That perfect strike is a trap card, that one. 'Cause-
especially when you roll a lot of dice.
so hopefully that made sense. We didn't get 2 out of sequence at the end there.
Yeah, got a
Nothing
bit ragged
too
at the
bad.
end. Just got excited to see whether one of us was going to win. And one of us did. So
We-
that was good.
Whee! Which kind of hope, really. If
Yeah.
someone's got one. Had I only scored 12, or had Robin scored 1 more and got 13, you then start to look at, well, is either side completely wiped out? If so, then the person who isn't wiped out wins. If both parties still have fighters left, I think after both parties still have fighters left, it goes to number of bounties still alive.
Is
in
it?
which case
Oh, okay.
you would win
Oh,
again
yeah,
because
yeah.
you've got all
All
7
my
bounty of
fighters.
yours.
Yeah, your attack dice were usually Pete's usual quality. Of
They
attack
were
dice.
atrocious today. I mean, I think I got 1 successful attack
Yeah.
off, but generally, if your warband is rolling a lot of swords, they're not going to hit very often. These guys have a little bit of a way to get around it by having your leader alive and doing something to get the command token, because then you get those flanked to make your attacks a bit more successful. But yeah, didn't get it. Mike said, "Did Robin's dice crit the bed?" They did. He crit,
I did roll
crit
a
all
couple
over
of
the
crits.
place.
I did roll a couple. You had a lot of crit defenses at the beginning.
Yeah, and that helped.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
did help
but
quite
I
a
did
bit.
roll a couple of multiple crit rolls.
You did get a couple of double crits in
Yeah.
there. So now I know that whole thing took us about an hour and 15 minutes ish, but we did
That's
a lot
when
of
we were talking.
blurb at the start, a lot of talking midway. But once you start to play the game, it plays very quickly. As we mentioned at the start of this game, there is another board, so that depending on who wins the roll-off at the start of the game, you can choose which board you go on. The Spitewood board has other hexes as well, which confuse things a bit more, which is why we didn't use them in this version. But we might be playing another live game again soon if people want to come along to watch that, and that'll be us bringing specific warbands and actual Nemesis decks. And Nemesis is something we didn't really talk about. It's probably worth mentioning briefly.
Yeah, so Nemesis is the way most competitive players play.
Yep.
Most tournaments are Nemesis, and it is a more fun way to play, I think, because not very many of the rival decks have a complete set of what I would say good cards, but they have cards that are just sometimes impossible to score.
A bit like Blazing Assault, you've got Annihilation, which
Yeah.
it's 5 glory, but
Yeah,
you've got to
5.
kill all of your opposing fighters, which, try as you might,
It's very, very
still
hard.
feign fourth and last sitting over here. So
It's very, very hard against, especially against big war bands.
Yeah.
Because you have to be accurate. For against a 5-4 war band, it's not quite half the time. But with Jedron, I had the guy, I hit him about three or four times before I finally
I
killed
think
him.
about 4 or 5 because I had the healing potion stuff as well.
So it can be hard. There can be just cards you just can't score. Like I don't like Strong Start, for example, which I drew. I drew it. By the time I'd drawn it, it was useless.
Yeah, and there's things like with Strong Start, had it been written better, it would still be a better
So the
card, but,
alternative
yeah.
is Nemesis format,
Nemesis!
which basically you take 2, and they've recently changed the restriction on Nemesis format, so you can basically just take any of any two
decks.
rivals decks.
Yep.
You basically pick the best 12 objectives and the best 20 power cards, and what you see as the best, put them together, and play with the deck that you've constructed.
Yeah, there are some limits on that in that you can only have 6 of the surge cards, so
Yep.
you can have more than 12 objectives. All the decks start with 12 objectives,
Yes.
but you could build one with 13 or 14 or 15
But it's
objectives
notable
in.
at the Worlds that most of certainly the placing decks had 12.
12 or 13,
12.
I think.
Yeah, with the odd 13, but
Yeah.
not many had 13. And 20 power cards.
Yeah, so
you can have more power cards as well, but obviously the more power cards you have, and indeed the more objectives you have, the less chance of the one that you want in your hand at any one time
yeah.
being there is that.
So
Yeah, sorry.
The
I
restrictions-
got a word salad there, but yeah, you get what I was saying.
the only restrictions are that for your objectives, you can have any amount you want, but you can only have 6 surge cards. For your power deck,
Thin deck is best.
thin is best, yeah. For your power deck, you have 10 power cards. That's the 10 ploys, which are the ones that you can play at various points during the
With
turn,
the daggers on.
and 10 upgrades. The limit there is you have to have as many upgrades as you do power cards.
Ploys.
So ploys. So if you have 10 ploys, you have to have 10 upgrades.
You can have 11 upgrades and 10 ploys,
Yeah.
but you generally don't, because the ploys generally are stronger because
Yeah.
they're instant and you don't need glory to play them.
Yeah.
I would say that distinction is less in this version, this second edition of the game, but generally you don't want more.
You do still have that
Yeah.
block that to use your upgrades you still need glory, whereas
Yeah.
the power card, the ploys, you can play immediately as you're doing things, and you can play them exactly when you want to do it. So yeah, generally people go with 12 objectives, 10 ploys and 10 upgrades, but you can do it more.
Yeah, the only other thing maybe worth mentioning is that some of the rivals decks have the same named card in them. So
Yep.
you might have 2 decks with great strength in. You can only put one of them in the deck. You can't
Yep.
have 2 great strengths or 2 great fortitudes.
Yes, so yeah, exactly. Unlike games like Pokemon things, where generally you can have 4 of a card, in this game you can only have one of any
single
name.
C, and that includes foreign language ones.
Exactly. Yeah. Another thing worth mentioning is that you can follow the link in our description to take you to the upgraded rules and things, but there's also GW have restricted cards. So if you play competitively, or you want to start playing competitively, it's
Check
good
that
to
out.
get into the habit of it, because it will say things like, oh, for the Emberstone Sentinels deck, Supremacy is a restricted card because it scores you 3 glory and it's not too hard to score. It's a very nice card.
And
Now,
in this deck, Illusory Fighter is a restricted card.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to make a Blazing Assault Emberstone Sentinel mashup for a tournament, you could only take one of Supremacy or Illusory Fighter, because you only have one restricted card. We've had a really important question though from XSAS Johnny, who possibly used to be in the XSAS.
or he misspelled Xmas.
But he's asked, if your weapons damage is 2 and you get 2 successes, is that 4 damage? No. That is not correct, and it's an easy mistake to make, because if you go all the way back to our very first Warhammer Underworlds video
About
7 or 8 years ago,
8 years ago.
we did
thought
exactly that.
And then we had one guy charging up and one-shotting one of the Stormcast.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he
So-
does 2 damage and I rolled 3 successes, so he's dead.
So all the successes do is determine whether your attack was a success, and the more you roll, the more likely that is, because the more attacking successes you roll. Sorry, if you roll more attacking successes than your opponent rolls defensive successes, then that is a successful hit,
Yeah.
and you do the damage on the card.
So if Robin rolled 2 dice and he got a hammer and a crit and he needed hammers, then he would have 2 successes there. If I rolled 2 defense dice and I got a crit and a single, or a crit and a flanked, as this is also called, and I needed shields, I've only got 1 success, but Robin has 2 successes. So in this case, Robin wins.
Yeah.
Now, if Robin were to get a crit and a hammer, and I were to get a crit and a shield, and I needed shields and he needed hammers, that's a draw. And in that situation, generally, all you can do is push that fighter 1 hex away.
Yeah. So the key thing to take away is you can only ever do the damage that says on the card once.
Yep.
Sometimes you might be able to boost it by 1 using the rune mark Grievous, but that's about as big as it gets. There is 1 card actually in the game which enables you to once add 2.
Yeah,
that is the only way. So
and it is quite restricted.
It is so you can only get 1 more damage. But there are some fighters out there that do 3-4 damage, but not very many.
Yeah, not many, thankfully, because
how far along are you guys? We have just finished.
We have just finished, I'm afraid.
Unless you were talking about how far I was along. About 7 months.
So, you have missed it, but don't worry, you can go back and start the whole stream again. You can just start from the beginning.
We just won't answer any questions.
I'll also be downloading this video, and I'll try and chop out all the silences and the ums and ahs to make it a bit shorter and sweeter, so that people can watch it and maybe stick some of the cards in to make it a bit easier to see. If you've got any questions now that you'd like to ask, they do shout them out, because we are just doing questions.
And if you want
things.
to compliment us, like it's just his gamer tag, apparently he's not in the SAS,
right.
but if you want to compliment us like XAS says, because he thinks we're brill, then please do that, because my
brill.
ego does need stroking at this time of year, going into the dark nights and Christmas.
Yes, Looney has posted his biggest tip is just observe how Pete angles his wrist when throwing the dice, and do the opposite of that. That'll see you right.
Yeah.
Now,
can a fighter delve if they always have a stagger? Yes, they can. They never used to be able to, and actually Pete and I feel like they probably ought to bring that rule back. But yeah, they can currently just basically delve to their heart's content.
You can only delve, as we mentioned, you can only delve 1 token per warband per power step.
But
so I could delve 1, and then Robin could delve 1, and then after the next activation, we could both then delve 1 again.
But basically, if you were on the token at the beginning of the turn, so not in round 1, but in the beginning of the turn, you could basically then delve it 8 times.
Yes.
Once in each power step.
Yeah.
For each turn.
So you only get 1 stagger token. I mean, technically you get more stagger tokens, but you only get 1 reroll, no matter how many stagger tokens there are there. There could be an argument to either stop you from delving again if you've got 1 stagger token, or just giving you a reroll for every stagger token the enemy has. Make it a little bit more worrying.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other things that might be worth knowing. So we mentioned rune marks on the fighter card, so you can get various rune marks like Grievous and Cleave, and you can get upgrades like Robin did, which give you other rune marks as well. But I think we mentioned it in the game, you can only ever use 1 rune mark when you make your attack, and you have to pick that before you roll any dice. So you might have a great strength, and you might have a cleave, and you might be attacking someone, you think, well, if I use the great strength, I know I'll do enough damage to kill them, but if I use the cleave, I reduce their chances of saving. But you can't roll the dice and go, I rolled 3 successes, so I'll use the great strength.
You have to choose first.
Yeah, you've got to pick first, which means that you'll probably, whatever you pick, if you're anything like me, will be exactly the wrong one to what you wanted to pick.
Okay. What's your favourite warband? That's a good question.
I've got a few at the minute. I always like Death, so I'm liking Velmorn, I'm liking the Exiled Dead. I'm also liking Wormspat, who won Worlds recently, but not because they won Worlds, because I've been playing them and loving them for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying the chaos and the destruction, death side of things.
I actually quite like these now. I've played them, but I don't know. I've been playing the Stalkers, which I like, the Starblood Stalkers, the first
Lizardmen's
warband. I quite like them, and what's the other one I want to play? I've completely forgotten. It's gone out of my head. All I can think is Skittershank, which aren't my favourite, and I don't. Well, actually, no, they're not. I'm going to play the new horsey guys. Oh yeah, I'm not sure they're my favourite, but they're my current favourite paint job because they're the last one that I finished. So
no, you can't be serious.
So
Froozed.
Froze. Put it on backwards. So yeah, I'm going to play with them. So I don't really have a favourite at the moment. I enjoyed Jaws of Itzel last year, but yeah.
What have we got here? Thanks for the tutorial. I've been learning to play with my son, but we're still figuring out the rules. Yeah, so if you haven't watched all this virtual, do go back and watch the rest of it. And if you do have any questions pop up, feel free to... Who's that?
Looney just says they look great. Thanks, Looney.
If you do have any questions, feel free to ping them on here afterwards or any of our other videos. Really, we tend to answer fairly quickly.
Yes.
What else? We've got Nico in the house. Didn't see Nico. Hello, Nico.
We've got another question, which the rune marks on the weapons and upgrades do not stack. They don't stack, so you can't have 2 lots of Grievous to get +2, and you can't have Grievous and Cleave together, but you can use either or. So they stack in the sense that you have access to both of them, but they don't stack in the sense that you can use both of them at once. So,
yes.
So no, they don't really stack, but they don't, like, once you've chosen one, it doesn't overrule.
You don't lose the other one for the rest of the game or anything.
You can use Cleave on one attack against, say, somebody who's got 2 shields, but then next time you attack you might be somebody with a dodge, so therefore you don't want Cleave at all, and you can you can not use Cleave and go to Grievous or whatever.
Yeah, gives you more options at least. So those are the undead fellas. I'm not sure if that's...
Warband is eyes. I do like the eyes, and I am very sad. The eyes of the Nines are now defunct Warband. They are my favourite, mainly because they were so terrible. But
so Johnny says that he might ask the Mrs. Claus for Spitewood for Christmas. Spitewood will give you another couple of nice warbands, a couple of decks, and a board, but you don't need it to play. Especially if you're just getting to the hang of the game, you might want to get some of the other rivals decks or some of the other warbands more. It depends on if what's in Spitewood is something you really want or not. So yeah. What else have we got in here? We got any more questions? When can we see those in action again? What, the horsey peoples are we talking about, Nico? Well, there was a battle report against the wolves.
I thought you meant the eyes.
Oh, against eyes.
Because he mentioned eyes and then said, when are we going to see them? Well, we won't see them because they're just the...
I thought you meant against... Because we have recorded a battle report just against Ripper very recently.
Yeah, he meant the eyes. Well, while they're legacy,
that'll be going up on
we won't see them.
You won't see the eyes.
No. Did you guys special order your neoprene mats?
Should we show it off?
We did, yes.
Yeah, show it off.
What have I done with it?
I don't know, threw it away. You said something about I'm not playing this stupid game anymore and threw it all away.
Can't decide what warband I like, I'm not playing.
So this is something that we've spent money on outside of the game, but you can, if you can get an A2 scanner, you can scan the board and then you can send the images off to Deep Cut and you can get a neoprene mat made, because the cardboard boards are all very well and good, but after a year they do start to flake a bit around the edges.
Yeah.
So you can get a neoprene
Don't
version.
take it to Games Workshop games though.
No, they'll probably tell you to get lost. But there's a neoprene mat version, it looks quite nice.
So they're called Deep Cut.
Deep Cut, yes.
Studio.
Deep Cut Studio is the one we used.
Yeah.
It does look very nice. It does look very nice. We do have the other version of the board as well, which I think the green one works a bit better actually.
I think it does, yeah.
But that's the original one. I think that was the one that we were playing on this side just now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it does cost about 50 quid.
What?
It's a bit expensive, but at the same time you get it all sewn around the edges. This looks brand new still. We've been playing this one for over a year now.
Yeah, whereas my cardboard one has got a tear in it.
You can already see, yeah.
No,
I was just thinking
stick it down.
Other side. Yeah, you can see on here it's already needs a little bit of tape on it.
I've already stuck it down once, but I didn't stick it down with tape.
No, I think it needs a bit of clear tape on it. And the corners as well are starting to fray a little bit. So yeah, if you can afford it, you have to scan it yourself though, and then send them the scan.
But it's double-sided. It is double-sided, so 50's not bad. No, it's not bad.
It's not terrible, and it will then last you... I mean, this will probably outlast the actual game of Emberguard.
We're going to last forever, isn't it?
We're going to have this after Emberguard has been rotated out, and we're playing something else. But yes, you can get this. The reason why you have to scan it yourself and send it off to them is because the company can't sell this, obviously, because GW will sue them into next year. But if you scan it yourself, that means... Does
anybody make a...
I think Deep Cut or one of them do their own version of these, so that it has the configuration of all the hexes.
Slightly different logos.
Yes, and different fiery and stuff like that. So you can get one of them, and they are cheaper because obviously they're not custom ones. So on this board here, you can see we've actually got some new tokens. This is the new board. So you've got these green ones, and what these mean is basically if you're standing on it when you either attack someone or you are attacked, this gives you a reroll, which is quite handy. And there are these red ones, which they work as they do on the other board as well, which is if you move into it or if you move through it, anything like that, you'll get a stagger token. So they make you a little bit easier to hit.
They are on the other board.
The stagger ones are, yes. These ones aren't. So
and you get an extra token, which if somebody stands on it, if in your opponent, you have an extra feature token you have to put down.
Yeah.
And if you're standing on that feature token at the end of a round,
in your opponent's half.
Your opponent's half, you get a glory.
Yeah. And a heal. And a heal one as well, so it can be quite nice.
Yeah. Which is not a change I'm particularly happy about. Somebody's mentioned they like our card holders. So yes, they are a fairly new addition to the channel.
Yeah, these things, I mean, I got these ones off Amazon, but
yeah,
Go think these ones are cool. But I think this was like about 15, 18 quid, but you got 4 of them.
Yeah.
So they're very handy for...
I don't know, I mean, some people like them to play with, but the only reason we've got them is so that we can easily show you what cards we've got.
Yes, because before that we were trying to use our green screen, which meant that you ended up with kind of this. Which this one works fine, actually.
Yeah.
That was a really bad example. But if I get one of the yellow ones, I got one with any green on it, you start to get this kind of... Why do these look much better now, Robin, than when we used to try? But you do have the problem with the shininess. Yeah. But you also have the problem where some of them...
Well, you can freeze the hand now as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Although freezing it is separate.
Looney says, both players place 2 tokens, so 4 total. No, it's 5 total.
What?
I feel like you know that, Looney, but it's...
Looney. What are you on about? Yes. Yeah. So
So you basically, under the new rules, you place 5 tokens, and then the new tokens is 1 each.
1 each.
1 each. So you
have to place it in your...
1 plus 4, 1 does 3.
You place it in your half, but your opponent has to stand on it to get the benefit from it. You can't place one in your half.
Stand on your opponents to get the benefit.
Yes.
And it does. One interesting thing is it does change the order of setup because it's the person who plays. So this is getting right into the weeds now. But in the old version of the game, it's the person who places the. Well, it still is the person who places the last feature token. So in the Ember Guard version, it was whoever placed 3 placed the last token, and therefore they deployed their miniatures first.
Yep.
But now, the person who the new feature tokens are. What are they? The person who places.
So before, if you were Before, if you were placing, don't hurt yourself. Okay. Before, if we were placing just the 5, if you started, it would go you, me, you, and then you would place the first fighter.
That's right. I got that far.
With the new ones, it goes you, me, you, me, you. Then we place the next 2, which is you, me.
Okay, and that's
and now I place the fighter.
So basically, the person who finishes placing it is the first person to place this new way hex or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then that changes the order.
That means that then the other person becomes the one to place the first fighter, which I guess sometimes might be a benefit depending on what your warband is. Yeah. Now, Looney did say he's very sure on some of the tables there were 9 tokens. I know that one of the players, especially in the final, he was using his 2 tokens. He was putting them like over here, and he was using them somehow to define, because he had Elathanes who. He was using them to define when they were inspired and when they weren't inspired or something. Okay. So whilst they were sort of on the board, they weren't in play. He was just using them to reference. That might have been when you saw 9 of them. Yeah, if I was his opponent, I would have been like, just tell me when you've inspired. That's all I need. But yeah, Johnny says he's glad we didn't use that phrase because his good lady wife, he says, is sitting right next to him. So buy Johnny Spitewood. Buy him Spitewood. You know you want to. Worlds for this game is available to watch. Yes, so Worlds was streamed by
Mortal Realms podcast. I think maybe somebody from What the Hex and Mortal Realms were doing the stream.
They were doing the stream.
Two different blogs together, but it's on the Mortal Realms YouTube channel. And basically, for each round of the game, which was probably 9 rounds over the 4 days, they streamed a game from each round. Yeah,
it was 3 on the first day, 3 on the second, 2 on the third, and 2 on the fourth.
So that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so 10.
So you've got 10 rounds to go and look at.
They must have streamed them all.
I'm pretty sure they did. They we didn't talk about in our Worlds Roundup, but they put an epic effort in, possibly more epic than playing the games.
Almost, yeah, because they got nothing out of it other than just talking solidly for hours.
Yeah, they had to talk to them, try and work out what was going on. Sometimes the games overran, so they always, well, not always, I suppose if they were quick they wouldn't, but they certainly won. They were like literally going straight from one to the other, and they're long games because they were best of 3 games.
Not only were they best of 3, but they were like 3 hours, so
Yeah.
people were taking a long time. In I think one of the games they streamed hit the 3-hour mark.
They
so
overran.
yeah.
So I was thinking, oh god, they're not going to get any break.
That would have been painful.
And they were really good, very, very knowledgeable.
Yep.
And well, yeah, it's very informative. So you found it now. So
Hooray!
if we keep talking, you've watched all 10 games.
Make sure you watch them in the right order. Don't watch the finale first. I think they have clearly labelled them, so you should be able to see them. There are big gaps because they would play a game, and if there was like an hour gap for the next one, they just left the stream on, but on pause. So you'll have to scrub through and find the next one.
Cracking games in there.
There were. We're kind of hoping that if they host it somewhere else than America, if they host it in the UK, then maybe they'll let us commentate it, but it is a pipe dream, and that's not what this is all about. So, Grits Offerson did ask a question. For new players with Spitewood, are there other decks outside of the Spitewood box that you recommend they pick up? If you've not got Emberstone, if you've not got Emberguard, get Emberguard.
Yeah, Spitewood isn't a core box. No dice, but you may have if you've got dice lying around, then that's fine. But
we did sort of cover this bit at the start.
So if you're starting brand new, you need really to have.
That's that's what's called a expansion set, but this is the core game.
Yeah.
So you do need this regardless. Really, if you haven't got this one, do pick this up.
Yeah.
If you want to get that one as well, feel free because you get some decks and some warbands and a new board in there. But Emberguard's the one you really want. So if
it's got 4 decks in it.
It does.
This one only has 2.
Exactly.
And the 4 decks in there are really strong with all sorts of other things, whereas the 2 decks in there, they're good with some of the ones that are in the Emberguard box, but they're less good on their own, and they wouldn't actually go very well at all together.
Yep.
As a nemesis pairing.
Tunnel Pack, Sickets Tunnel Pack are a very nice warband. They are very cool.
Yep, and they can be played. Nico played them beautifully at Warhammer World Clash.
Did anybody ask any questions we missed? I don't think so. Other decks that you might want to buy. So there are about.
Did we see the announcement regarding Warhammer Open in the Netherlands? Are we going?
In the Netherlands?
Almost certainly not. But,
sadly no.
I didn't see it. So
sadly not. Never mind.
Looney says, "Yeah, destroy them with his tunnel pack." There you go.
They're nice. Netherlands, eh? Well, that's be interesting. The time zone will be better.
Close.
It's never going to happen, is it? No.
When is it? Just out of interest.
Well, it must be like November next year.
No, that's not
October.
World, though, is it? Just
sorry.
Just a Warhammer Open.
Oh, I see. Warhammer Open. Yeah, I don't know. Right, that's a good sign. It's a good sign if they're going to hold that in Netherlands that maybe Worlds might be somewhere else next year.
In the nether regions. It should be in the nether regions, really, because Underworld basically is Netherland.
Yeah, exactly. Not Neverland.
Netherland.
Nethersland. Are the upgrade packs worth? So sorry, we kind of got sidetracked. There are other Rivals decks out there you can get, and it kind of depends on.
Poland, they deserve it. That is very true. Should be like the winner.
They do.
They get to host the I
think they should. Yeah.
Like Eurovision, the winner.
The winner should host it the next year. I think so. I don't see why the world champion should have to travel across. It would suck if the world champion couldn't defend his title because he couldn't get a plane ticket across. I think that's so. There are about 5 other decks out there. You can look on Underworlds DB, which we mentioned before. You can check out all the Rivals decks on there and see which ones sort of fit your taste. And there are lots of people like us on YouTube doing reviews of the new decks when they come out to give our opinion on them. There's plenty of.
You could proxy them for you are playing in a tournament. You could just print them out from Underworlds DB. And
sleeve them with some another deck just to.
I would say that there are very few of the other decks have the same utility as the 4 original decks.
Yeah, the 4 in the Emberstone, in the Emberguard box, I mean, I think they were the overwhelming majority of decks used at Worlds. Yeah. So the 4 in those boxes are probably the most broken and best picks. So, yeah, it depends on what you want. If you want to go really aggro, there's Raging Slayers, as Nico has said. There's other ones out there to do all kinds of random stuff, so you'll have to... check those out. Johnny's got to go. See ya. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And do like and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you want to see more videos in the future, we could do other how-tos and stuff.
Nico says Edge of the Knife and Rack and Ruin are great. I've barely played Rack and Ruin. I mean, Deadly Synergy, he mentioned. Deadly Synergy? We'll get them muddled up now. Raging Slayer, sorry. Raging Slayers is a good deck. That's solid, and it's very good for aggro warbands. That would probably be my pick, because it's fun as well. Because you get extra re-rolls, basically. So it's good fun.
Yeah.
And Edge of the Knife is good it's good with lots of warbands, but Edge of the Knife is good.
Slightly more swarmy
If I was
warbands,
going
I
to
think.
pick, well, we'll definitely say don't get Realmstone Raiders.
Yeah, don't get that.
Don't get Realmstone Raiders.
It didn't feature at all at Worlds, which probably tells you saying that if nobody at the World Championships took it, it's not even worth thinking about. And
Rack is good with Worms play. Interesting. I mean, I have to say,
nice bits in there,
I
'cause
wouldn't
the ping
pick Rack.
For a beginner.
Yeah, it doesn't feature that highly in the kind of like best deck combos, and it's the people who are good with it are very good technical players.
It's got a higher skill ceiling.
Quite a high skill ceiling, so I probably wouldn't pick Rack. But I think if I could just buy one, I think it would be Raging Slayers, because it's just really fun.
Raging Slayers is great for aggro, and if you've got Spitewood, you've already got things like Deadly Synergy and Hunting Grounds.
Yeah,
and
Deadly
you've got
Synergy is good if you have got the Spitewood box.
Yeah, and
How would
Emberguard.
you define an aggro team, a control team, some other archetype? What are some team examples? Oh, these questions are
These
hard.
are some fantastic. Well, GW have kind of done that for us.
Yeah.
In that every warband.
All the strike warbands are aggro warbands.
Yeah, so basically, it'll define them as one of four things. It'll either be strike, hold, or take and hold, flex, and mastery. So strike is basically aggro, go run across the board and punch people in various ways. Take and hold is a bit like what I was doing there, jump on treasure tokens and hold them. You've then got flex, which is a bit both, jump on a treasure token and punch someone in the face.
Yeah.
Run around the board and stuff. Yeah.
Because they've got some good punchy fighters.
And then you've got mastery, which is basically they've got some shenanigans going on in the warband.
Usually
So
3 or 4 to warbands are aggro. Yeah, that's a general rule of thumb.
yeah.
And some of them require a different level of mastery to others. But I would,
There is the Grandfather's Gardeners, which is the Nurgle Demon Warband. Their mastery, because they have this wheel that you have to move around as you're playing the game, and then that wheel gives you different abilities and stuff like that. So,
what's the case that you have?
this thing here. So this was literally. I'll find it quickly. See if I can find
There
it.
it is.
Ah,
It's off Amazon, basically.
Funny. It is on Amazon.
It's like a
it's an
kind of postcard
A6.
collectors. Yeah, A6.
It's actually something to do with the army. I think it's like an army.
Oh, okay.
Documentation holder. But if you hold on 1 second, I can tell you what it's called. So if you go onto there and look up on Amazon, Lansdale A6 hardcover document holder. So
Okay.
Lansdale. That's what it is. A Lansdale A6 hardcover document
You
holder.
get them different number of pages.
You can. So these ones have. We've got one that's got 20 inserts in it, so that will hold 40 warbands, and we've got another one that has 40 inserts that would hold 80 warbands.
I think 80 might get a bit much.
It did. I
It's a bit
did.
chunky.
We've got about 50 or so warbands, and I did put them all in
Yeah.
the one, and it was a bit too thick.
I've
but
actually got 2.
So have I,
And
yeah.
then I've got like the season 1 kind of thing. Not season 1, but Emberguard, and then I've just put the new ones in the new one.
I've gone the other way in that I've got
You've done yours
Death
by-
and Destruction
got
in
that
one,
haven't you?
and then Order and Chaos in
It
the
just
other.
shows that you can't put Order and Chaos in the same one. That's mental.
Well, you can't put any of the others with Order.
But Order and Chaos, it's like
That's the point. They're like
No,
Chaos and
no,
Order,
no.
Death and Destruction.
Chaos and Destruction, surely. Oh, Death and Destruction, then that's you're
Exactly.
Right.
See,
Okay,
Death
yeah,
and
fair
Destruction
enough,
flips
yeah.
off the tongue
Yeah,
nicely.
fair
See,
enough, you're right.
so that's why I did it. So there you go. So yeah, that's really handy.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would get the 20 insert one, and then split your cards across 2 of them, because then it's a bit easier.
Can't be dispatched in the
Ah,
US. Ah,
boo.
no.
What you can look for then is, as Robin said, you can look for like an A6 photo
Yeah.
album type thing. That'll do a similar job. You might just have to.
I assume they must have similar things in the US.
Yeah, it's an A6 document holder. They're A6 sized, so A6 photo albums, that kind of thing, will also do the job at a pinch. God, we had some good questions. Any more questions that anybody has about the game,
We
whether
asked
it's
them.
starting out, anything like that.
Team example. So we've done aggro is kind of like the Ember Watcher aggro. Anything with lots of wounds tends to be aggro.
Yeah.
Taken hold, I would say. The Starboard Stalkers are probably a taken hold. Probably.
I think they're taken hold as well.
Yeah.
Velmorns.
Velmon, are they?
So
Okay.
so
Yeah.
they want to specialise. They either have, like the Starblood Stalkers, actually inspire by holding treasure tokens. They're all about not necessarily punching people in the face so much, but getting onto those treasure tokens and holding onto them for dear life.
Yeah, arguably most warbands are flex.
Yes.
Because you can often in this game, because of the way that some of the cards are, like classic example, taken hold, supremacy.
Yeah.
You think definitely I would take that's a taken hold warband because it's like hold objectives, but actually, because of the way supremacy is worded, it's easier to score with 2 big fighters than 3 little fighters.
Yeah.
So I have actually played quite a lot with Jaws of Itzel, which are very aggro because they're very good at smashing things in the face.
They were the 3 big lizard fighter warband. But
I've played them with Emberstone Sentinels because you could smash things in the face while standing on objectives.
Yeah.
And they have little tricks in them because they have a few extra ways of not being pushed. So they get on a token and it's like, I'm not going anywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kagras are a good example of flex, yes, because they like to be on objectives for certain reasons, but they also really, really like smacking people in the face. So again, Kagras is an excellent choice.
And then you've got Mastery, which was the shenanigans one.
Things like Ephraim, what are they called?
Yeah. Pandemonium. So
they literally pretty much each fighter has its own little quirk.
Well, they used to, but they
it's
don't
not quite,
so much
I haven't
anymore.
played them in the new version,
No.
but there's still quite a lot of.
They've got some
quirky
funky
things.
stuff going on
Yeah,
around
so
the
they
demons and things.
Mastery tends to just mean they're a little bit more complicated to play.
Yeah.
So it could be Mastery, but mostly aggro. Or it could be Mastery, but mainly taken hold. I guess probably they will also lean into that flex because they've got a few little tricks that can throw people off.
But the good thing is, with most warbands, depending on the deck you build for them, whether it's a Nemesis deck or depending on the deck you take for them, generally you can do it more in Nemesis.
Yeah.
You can make most warbands do most things. There are some warbands that are just going to be better at aggro, things like the Jaws of Itzel and the Headsman's Curse and people like that. They're all about aggro. That's what they do. They like to smash people's faces in. But that's not to say that you couldn't try and go aggro with Velmorn. The thing you might find is that Velmorn are much more inaccurate with their attacks, so you would need to do a lot more to bolster them
I kind
up.
of feel like the aggro warbands can flex into taking hold a bit more.
Yeah.
In the sense that if you've got access to good defence, then you're better at standing on objectives because you're harder to knock off them because you're good at you don't get hit so much or killed so much.
Yeah.
But it's harder to flex the other way because if you've got inaccurate attacks, aggro becomes an uphill battle.
Yeah, although I guess sometimes you can build an aggro deck that doesn't care about actually killing people. Sometimes it's just making the attacks and stuff like that.
Quite a lot of the Blazing Assault attacks, and there's the one you pair it with doing lots of charges. You just keep putting things through through the meat grinder. It doesn't actually matter if you hit or not.
So whilst GW have given that definition and they put it on the warbands, it is a very loose interpretation.
So it's largely meaningless.
Yeah.
Because you find a style, most people find a style for the warband that suits the way they like to play.
Yeah.
And they make it work.
I would say that generally the only ones out of all that really make sense is that those that they've labelled as Mastery generally will have some kind of shenanigans going on in the War Scroll that you'll have to pay attention to help with the inspiration or just how they work. And generally those that they've labelled as Taken Hold are probably less punchy. But pretty much everybody can start to veer into flex and
everything is flex, baby.
Everything's flexy.
Yeah. So, is that it? Are we wrapped up now?
Yeah, I think we'll give everybody a few moments.
Drifted towards 11:30.
Oh, getting late. Yes, we need to go to bed.
Long stream.
It's been a good one though, and
I've really
hopefully everyone's found all of this useful.
Yeah.
If you are joining us later on, if you're watching this back later, or if I've edited and uploaded this video and you're watching it, please do feel free to ask any other questions in the comments below.
Yep.
We will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you're still here, God bless you, and maybe give us a like.
Yeah, give a like and subscribe to the channel so you get further updates. We're always around on Facebook as well, and we often ask questions there. And of course, I will do a little plug for our Patreon. If you want to join that, then you get pretty much 24-hour access to us on our Discord and our bathroom cabs.
Yeah, we have the Discord, which is for patrons only. We talk even more about Underworlds on there and stuff, and it's only like £2 a month, so it's not a huge amount.
Yeah.
If you are in the UK, that will also give you access to discounts on the tournaments we run as well.
Yeah.
But I appreciate a lot of
Even
people.
if you're not in the UK, it's quite expensive to get to.
Yeah. And generally, we try and do some live Underworld streams on a Thursday every fortnight or so.
Yeah. I don't know whether we'll get another one in before Christmas. We might do.
Maybe.
We might do. We might have some other fun shenanigans coming up, so we'll look out on Facebook for information about that.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Agents of Sigmar on there as well. And obviously, if you subscribe and ring the bell on here, then you will also get notified as and when we post new videos.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
I like the way you put our mental ages above us.
Yeah.
It's the wrong way around, actually. I'm slightly more mature than you.
Yours should be 21, shouldn't it? So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the likes and all the comments. It's been fantastic this evening. And hopefully we'll see you soon in the Embergardle Spitewood.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.